Okay, so now we just wait for the peoples. Actually, while I'm here, let me bring this down a little bit. Alright, so now that I'm here, let me just open YouTube up. Okay. Let's go to the live viewer tab. And then we're going to pop out the chat. All right, let me just get this going. Pop out. Pause this. Okay. Whoa. That's a little loud. Well, it comes in as loud on my end, but for you guys, it's not that, it's not going to be that loud. All right, let me just get this. Put this chat right here. Okay. Actually, let me just do a little intro since I haven't seen y'all in a whole 24 hours. What's going on, people? What's up? How is everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. It's 9:52 p.m. here on the East Coast, and we're going to be streaming some Tales of Berseria tonight by popular demand. Originally, I was just going to do one stream of the game, but a lot of people were digging it on the last time, so I was like, hey, why not? And to be honest, I kind of have to mentally prepare myself to stream Death Stranding, because it was cool in the beginning because we did those streams back to back, but man, that game just it takes a lot out of you, especially when you're going from Death Stranding to Ghost of Tsushima. It's like, what is fun? What is fun in a video game? But what's up to all the people? Hello. Neo back at it with the streams. Love it, yo. That's right. We're staying somewhat consistent, you know? We're going to be streaming tonight, and then tomorrow we've got the Xbox stream. I'm actually going to be creating the whole little tab for that event, so that way people know and they have a place to pin, so we can do that on time. What's good, Corey Gryffindor? What's up, brother? What's up? Stanky Nerds, how's it going? Anarchy and Mayhem, RJ Lee, Afro Will. Good to see everyone. You ever play Luigi's Mansion 3? I'm in love right now. No, it's actually on my list. 2019 was absolutely insane for the Nintendo Switch, and I still haven't caught up on all the games they came out with, so I'm eventually going to pick up the game. The only problem is Nintendo games never drop in price unless they flop, so I'm just gonna wait until I can get it really cheap, as far as like a buy one get one, because Luigi's Mansion looks like a lot of fun, but I ain't trying to spend $60 on that, man. There's very few Nintendo games I'll spend full price on, you know? Fire Emblem, yes. Xenoblade, yes. But some of the other ones, like Kirby and all them, I ain't gonna go down that path. But yeah, we might as well just dive into this game right here, since we got a good amount of people here in the Chizat. Good job, Neo. So all right, just gonna continue this. Last time we played it was on the 9th, so that was a week and a half ago. Make sure y'all let me know as far as the audio levels are concerned. Like, can you guys hear me just fine with the game audio? Is the game audio too loud? Is it too low? Yes, that's right. George Takei is in Yakuza. It's crazy, man. I can't even believe it. What time on the East Coast is the Xbox event? It's going to be held at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is a pre-show. That's held about, like, I think 30 minutes, 45 minutes beforehand. And we'll, just to be safe, we'll come on stream like 30 minutes beforehand, just to catch up with y'all. Last minute predictions and all that. All right. Antoine has arrived. That's what's up. Whoa. Why is Velvet spinning out of control? This is very weird. Hold on. Why are you spinning, Velvet? Let me... Why would you do that, Velvet? That was really funny. There we go. Gosh, that was so... Oh, okay. I know what it was. I figured out what the problem was. It's because my mouse was hovering over and it caused it to spaz out. Actually, hold on. Oh, no. You all good, Anthony. You all good, Anthony. Hey, take your time. Do what you gotta do, brother. Do what you gotta do. Hold on. All right. Why do you keep... Hold on. Let me unplug my controller for a second. Maybe that's the issue. No, it's not. This shit is just spazzing out of control. Velvet, stop it. Stop, Velvet. Please. Oh, God. Oh, God, Velvet, you crazy. Wait, no. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know why. It's... Hold on. Let me... Alright. I know what I'm going to do. Hold on. I'm going to exit the game, and I'm going to come back. Because it's messing me up. Hold on. Task manager. Let's close this. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah, do not know why it was tripping out. But I think it should be good now. Alright. Woo, there we go. Oh, we got a $2 super chat from Joey MCE. Just because. Oh, I appreciate you, Joey. I appreciate you. And hello to everybody in the chat. Hello, hello. Sorry for the technical difficulties. But we're good. We're good to go. Hello, RJ Lee. Alright, let's get this going.
Oh, the wind, it bites! How can you stand wearing that garb? It doesn't seem humanly possible.
I never said I was human.
Well, that's anime characters. What can I tell you, Magilu? Yeah, but how's everything so far, guys? How's the audio? How's the game? Hopefully nothing is overpowering. I gotta remember how to play this game. It's been like a week and a half, and you would think that, you know, it's easy to remember, but now when you're playing other games, oh boy. Take it easy, Corey. Have a good rest of the shift, my friend. It looks like... If it looks like you're going to lose, you can always run away. Alright. So there's a tutorial on how to run away, guys. Well, there we go. Look at that, guys. We got our runaway tutorial done. Hey, Julian, what's going on, man? Final Fantasy 15 bros walked around in all black leather in the desert for 12 days. Yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. Sometimes these Japanese games, the character costume designs, they ain't right for the weather, man. I'm telling you. Like, look at what Velvet's wearing. Would you really wear this in the winter? The damn Arctic tundra. It's hilarious, man. But how's everybody's day been so far? I got a lot of errands done today. Had a late workout, and you know where I am now. We straight streaming, boys.
Come on, really?
All I can think of right now is Red Velvet.
Come on, really? Come on, really?
Alrighty. An herb that increases art attack by 2, raising hidden and Moloch art damage. Love the fact that you came back to this game. I'm really enjoying it so far since your last playthrough. Oh, that's awesome, Julian. Yeah, I'm going to try to get a decent rotation of a few games in. Because I don't really want to burn myself out streaming one game, you know? I mean, if it's something fun, like an Until Dawn or whatever, or Detroit, I think that'll be pretty cool. Because, you know, those games aren't terribly long. But if it's something like Death Stranding, which is close to 40 hours for just the story, it's definitely a process, you know?
Come on, really?
And Tales is good. Tales is a great franchise. I'll always do my best to try to pimp it out whenever I can. And yes, I am that person who legit, I will defeat all the monsters in the area before I move on to the next location. I'm just that kind of guy.
So nice to be free again. Able to move these bones around like I want.
So, Rokuro, what got
Shout out to Magilu. She's definitely best girl.
It's complicated.
Oh, then are you really sure you ought to be taking on further debts?
Got to keep that grind going. You know it. You know it, brother. You know it.
Pay what you owe.
That's all we can do.
What a civilized family you've got.
Were you in for long?
3 years, maybe. That's why I know so little about the state of the world.
Oh gosh, me too. Art-wielding Malachim. I've never seen such a thing. How much else have I missed? Used to
What
be
are you going to do when you hit 100K? Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea.
Should I even
I'm not really good at doing like crazy celebrations, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people, when they hit like subscriber goals, they'll do like Q&As or 24-hour live streams. I don't know if I'd ever do a 24-hour live stream. I've done like a 13-hour live stream before. 24 though? Oh, I'd have to mentally prepare myself for that one. What's going on, Kev? Yeah, Edward. Honestly, bro, that's what I do, because I'd rather be over leveled when I go fight a boss than under leveled, because then I have to go level grind, and that can be kind of tedious. So I just go ahead and kill all the monsters in the area, move on, and depending on how the game structures its progression with the enemies, it's pretty balanced across the board if you defeat all the enemies and then you just keep it moving, you know? I hate when games have like an insane difficulty spike with their enemies, where it's just like, oh, the entire game is easy, then you get to this one boss and it's like, well, there's that. I think for Final Fantasy VII Remake, the Hell House, honestly, the Hell House was one of the hardest bosses in the game for me. Everyone else was pretty much cake and I didn't die. But Hell House, oh my god. It was Hell House, and I also had a little bit of trouble with who? Well, I mean, it is kind of spoilers, but if you've played the game, you've played the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you haven't played it by this point, I don't know what to tell you, but the final boss of the game, I'll just say that much so I don't be that dick. It did give me a little bit of trouble because you can't just like go in and rush him. You really have to parry his attacks and then learn his movements. So it was kind of challenging. I died like I think 5 times. And it's insufferable because you got to start all the way from the beginning. It's the worst, bro. Hey, Honda Civic, how you doing, brother? I learn a lot about Xbox info through your channel. Thanks, bro. Oh, thank you, Jordan. I try my best. You know, I'm over here just showing love to all different games and just doing what I could do, man. Just doing my part in the world. Yeah, honestly, Stanky Nerds, for me, I tend to play RPGs that cap out around 50 hours of playtime, because anything more than that, I feel like you kind of have to justify your existence. Like The Witcher 3, Skyrim, Fallout, games like that, I could easily sink 100+ hours. But if it's something like, I don't know, like what's an RPG y'all have played that just, it was unnecessarily long for no reason, it did not justify its length. I don't like to play those games. If there's a game that's like that, I drop it, you know? What's your favorite horror movie if you have one? I'm really partial to the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I know people, they look back on it, they're like, oh, it's so corny and cheesy. It's unbelievable how people thought this was scary, but I loved it. So I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I love the first Friday the 13th. Really, honestly, all the classics like Halloween, Halloween 2. And there's a bunch of other smaller things like Candyman. I like Leprechaun. I really liked Insidious. No, not Insidious. No, Insidious was good. But Sinister. I don't know why I confused those two. Sinister was really good.
Come on, really?
Do you have any plans to stream on Twitch? Well, yeah, I do have a Twitch account. I've just opted to stream a little bit more on YouTube because people do enjoy it. But I still have my Twitch account, and I'm going to stream a bunch of other different things there. The only problem with Twitch, according to people that I know, if you decide to go affiliate with Twitch, you can only stream on one platform or the other. Oh, I can't get across there. Yeah, for me, it's like, I don't have a problem with new age horror movies. I think there are a couple good ones, but as a whole, it doesn't compare to the classics. Oh, I remember this little guy.
Oh no, I'm in so much trouble,
Because those are the movies that I was raised on. A lot of those old school horror flicks. I remember I would watch them on TV late at night, and every year they would have like the 31 days of Halloween. It was so much fun. I'm at the end of the FF7 remake. This game looks good. Yeah, this game, I think I enjoyed the FF7 remake. I really did, but it's not a game that I would like rush back to replay, if you get what I'm saying.
I understand that they're hard to understand, at least.
Hey, I don't suppose you happen to be carrying any cat spirits on you? They look like this.
That's just like what I found at Titania.
Oh yeah, the original Thing movie was great. So good.
You could say they're kind of like our souls to us.
Cat spirits, huh?
Sometimes we call them kitten caboodles, too.
That's just foolish.
This cat be looking mad creepy, I tell you.
How about kitty clumps? Anyway, one
Velvet
day
is
we were
just
having a feast
visibly
soon, and all of
frustrated.
us, our souls flew right out of our bodies. That's why I need need your help to find the cat spirits and use them to emulsipate.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Scream 1 and 2. Yeah, the thing about horror franchises is the longer they go on, the quality just deteriorates exponentially. Now, there's a couple of good sequels along the road. Like, I really liked Wes Craven's New Nightmare. But as a whole, to me, it's like either you give up the franchise. For me, it's like when people always ask me, would you rather more sequels or just the original? I would just stick with the original because 9 times out of 10, they run these franchises into the dirt. So I would just, I would just stick with the originals. Oh yeah, Conjuring. Conjuring is good, Jordan. Definitely. It's like the most consistent new franchise. I'm not a fan of the spin-offs they've been doing though. Hamburger or burrito? Well, I don't eat hamburgers. I eat cheeseburgers. And I would take a burger over a burrito.
And why should I?
Please think of the cats.
I don't care much for turn-based games.
Cats have weird and mysterious
That's-
powers. There's a good
That's
chance
kind
they
of
might
sad. There's a
help
lot of
us.
good turn-based games out there.
We'll make it
And
work.
the further you get into the genre, you find different varieties of turn-based games, and they're not all the same. That's just a really bad stigma that's been pushed. A lot of people assume every single turn-based game is the same when it's really not.
Just traveling anyway. Why not help them on the side?
Just remember that it's on the side.
On the side. Thoughts on the 13 Sentinels? Wow, I have no idea about that, Hollow Man. I'd have to do a little more research to give an opinion, but it's like 9 years. That's some dedication right there. I hope it lived up to everybody's expectations. How many movies do you think a franchise should have? Well, honestly, Edward, I think it depends on the stories that you want to tell. I don't think you should just make movies for the sake of. You should make movies if you have an intent to further the story and building the universe. Unfortunately, with a lot of horror franchises, most of them are just shameless cash grabs because horror movies and comedy flicks are very cheap to produce, but the returns on investment are astronomical. You can have a horror movie budget for $4 million and it could make like $200 million at the box office. That's insane. So to me, it's a case of,
Apologize.
does this warrant its existence or is it just another
Steal this.
retread?
The compass.
You okay with this? He could be working for the exorcists.
I'm following him,
Is he your dessert?
if necessary.
Oh, Lord Velvet. Oh, lordy, lordy. So we got to go that way. What? You don't want dessert? Magilu. And the one thing that really does bug me about a lot of horror movies is how many times they do reboots and remakes and quasi sequels that wipe out the canon for these movies. And yeah, it's irritating. Like how many times they've rebooted Halloween is hilarious. And then how they do sequels 20 years later, and then they do more sequels that are like 20 years later that wipe out the canon of the other movies. It's just so ridiculous.
There's
So
a
let's
ladder.
see. Yes, there is a ladder there. So we're going to save here. As a general rule of thumb, even if a game has autosave, I will go above and beyond to save my game. Because, man, after what happened this year with Persona 5 Royal, I was playing, and you know, on PS4, you can put the console into rest mode. So I had the system in rest mode all the time, and I forgot to save, and I had a power outage, and I lost a week's worth of in-game progress. So it wasn't the worst thing in the world. It's not like I had to redo a palace, but it was irritating because it was a lot of confidant stuff, and you know how it could be. Like in between the palaces, there is sort of a dry spell. But yeah, never again. I just make sure every time I see a save point, boo-doo-doo, save. They killed Michael for the first time 3 times now. Yeah, like how many times can you do that before the magic is lost, you know? Nightmare on Elm Street remake is like Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh, you mean where they turned Freddy into a pedophile?
That smell.
Yeah.
Flamestone.
Flamestone.
That was I saw that movie. I was like, what the hell?
Mineral only found in Northgand. Mix it with sulfur.
Your favorite Naruto character?
Mix it with oil and you
My favorite Naruto character is, it's a tie between Rock Lee and
Maybe you're not.
Shikamaru.
Your call.
I love Shikamaru because if I were in Naruto, I would be that type of character where literally like the world could be imploding and I would pretend to be asleep so I don't have to take responsibility. But I also love Rock Lee because of what he stands for and what he represents. Like Naruto's got some really good side characters. The problem is Kishimoto doesn't develop them. That's the biggest issue.
We should look for some weapons too, if I'm to be any use in a fight.
Hey, what's going on, Michael D?
Still wearing one.
Nope, not an option.
Favorite Avatar character? Again, it's I have a tie for a lot of favorite characters. So for me, it's a tie between Toph and Uncle Iroh. Just Uncle Iroh, because he literally felt like, because I mean, growing up, I didn't hang out with a lot of my uncles because they lived on the other side of the country. So when I was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, Uncle Iroh felt like that uncle I never had. And it just, oh god, his story with Zuko was so good. And Toph, because it normalized the idea of her being different as a lady, and how it genuinely affected her and coming into her own understanding of things. Like, Avatar: The Last Airbender was such a beautifully written show. Like, it deserves all the praise that it gets. But, like, every single character in the show I love. You know? They all have great arcs, and that's, like, the best thing I could tell a show. Like, I can give a show, you know? Favorite YouTuber? I have a lot of YouTubers I enjoy watching for different reasons. So I'm just going to name off a few. Joe Rogan, obviously. Who doesn't love Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan, MKBHD, Scott the Waz,
I'm gonna be an exorcist.
Donkey.
I want to protect my mommy and daddy.
I watch a lot of like strongman powerlifters. So Brian Alzor is really good.
Just protect your parents. You've got to protect everyone.
And of course, you know the homies Black Bond,
It's really
Dark Cloud when he does videos.
And it's precisely because the exorcists are
Spawn
so
Wave.
that we look up to them.
Who else? Oh, of course, my homie B-Dub, the anime master.
Heroes. I suppose to normal people, they are.
Shokyo when he does videos. Same thing for Blackbuster Critic. He only does a video, I think, maybe once every other year. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers I watch. Yo, I'm telling you, Shikamaru is the GOAT, y'all. Oh, can't get on that ship. One of my favorite YouTubers of all time, unfortunately he's no longer with us, was Total Biscuit. I just really loved him because he was one of the first people that I looked up to as someone who's he was just an advocate for consumers' rights and not dealing with the shits because it's your favorite franchise or something along those lines. Total Biscuit was so cool. And thankfully we still have people like Jim Sterling around to do the same thing. Yeah, Etika. Same thing. Etika was dope too. I didn't watch a lot of Etika's videos, but every time I saw like someone do a compilation or they posted a Twitter video, I always laughed because there's just... Etika was one of the very few Nintendo fans on YouTube who I actually gelled with, because I've said this before on numerous occasions. A lot of the Nintendo community, not all of them, but a lot of them are cookie cutter. They're the exact same channel, just different people. They make the same type of videos. They have the same opinions. None of them can ever criticize Nintendo. because they're afraid of losing their viewership or their access to Nintendo. But with Etika, at the very least, he made things fun and interesting and hype worthy. Like, he genuinely gave a damn. And his presence, you know, it just left such a mark on YouTube. And there's really never going to be another person like Etika. There really isn't. It's impossible. And that's how you know you made an impact. Oh yeah, Scott the Woz is so dope. I love that dude so much. Like, I watch a Scott the Woz video at least once a day. Like, his just level of humor is so funny, and how he ties everything into the punchline at the end, is genius, man. But the cool thing about Scott the Woz is, like, if you ever listen to him outside of his channel, like when he just did a podcast with Spawnwave. If you just listen to the way he talks there, it's still sort of the same, but without, like, all the theatrics. So he's just, like, very calm, mellow Scott, but it's the same, like, energy, you know? It's just so funny, though. Scott is so cool. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true, Common Rider. I mean, that's an unfortunate fact that we all deal with, which is why we need to normalize the conversation about such sensitive subject matters, because far too often, especially as men, we're told to toughen up and not express feelings and emotions, and that's the wrong thing to do. Like, we can't do that.
Oh, hey, that
And we have to start taking accountability for the things that we say. That's why, if you guys have noticed, in the past, like, 4 years or so, I've kind of, like, toned back with how like, the messaging of things. You know, like, I'll still say the same things, but it won't come off as, like, so derogatory. And I'm not doing that because I don't want to offend people, but I feel like there's different ways you can express yourself without coming off as such, you know?
What makes you say that?
Guild business is currently
What's the grimiest thing you've seen someone do?
by the order of Exorcist Teresa of the Abbey.
I don't, like what context are you talking about? On YouTube?
Lady Teresa.
In personal life?
Number 2. Did I give
I'm not
permission to speak?
entirely sure how we quantify that. Because we can talk about what's the scummy thing a gaming company has done.
Punishment of ours last. You know it was all Dial's fault, don't you, my lady?
I know Dial was the one smuggling Flamestone, but your guild, through its negligence, shares responsibility. This rule was set down by the Abbey to maintain order. Do you disagree with it?
No, my lady.
We will capture, interrogate, and sentence Dial. When this has been accomplished,
That sounds
you'll be free
like
to continue business.
that sounds like Brina Palencia. I don't think it is, though. Hey, what's going on, Air Gordon? Welcome to the stream. That's right, we got that Xbox event tomorrow. And what's your top 3 anime?
You, girl. Aren't you cold?
Well, I don't really have like a top 3. I have a couple favorites. Like, Yu Yu Hakusho is my all-time favorite. But then I enjoy things like Monster, Death Note, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. There's a lot of shows I love.
To keep herself warm.
She looks like Nijima. Yes, she does.
Thank you for
She
your
definitely
concern.
does look like Nijima. Neo, I'm thinking about getting the Ace Attorney trilogy for Switch. Is it worth it? Well, I love the Ace Attorney trilogy, so I might be biased, but I really do love those mystery type of games. Who done it, figuring things out. But just be aware that it's not really a game in the sense that,
If I catch
like,
this
people
guy,
look at Ace Attorney and they're thinking, oh, it might be like LA Noire, where you go and you explore stuff. It's a game that was made on the freaking Game Boy Advance. So it's more like a visual novel, and then you pick and choose the clues in the world. But it's amazing. The stories are so good. And I definitely think it's worth it. I would love to see a new Fable game tomorrow. Yeah, I think all signs are pointing towards that. If we don't see it, I'm going to be very surprised. Which Tales game did you spend the most time playing? In recent memory, I would say Tales of Grace's F, because you had the main story of that game in addition to the epilogue content that was released on PS3. I would definitely say Tales of Grace's F. But if we're talking about Tales games in general, I guess it would be Tales of Berseria, because, you know, I played it on the 360, and then I played the remaster. So, yeah, most Tales games, I only play maybe like once, and I clock in like 50 hours or so. 50, 60 hours. And then that's enough for me. Elden Ring. Oh, God. Elden Ring. They got to show something on that game, bro. It's been way too long. And I think by us saying it, we might see it. Let's wish it into existence, guys. What's in here? Why does this woman have so many young boys? Ah, that's a good question. There are many questions about this game that we need answers to. Ooh, is it a side quest?
Worry about getting attacked by demons while you're here in Hellevese. This town is under the protection of the Abbey Praetor, Lady Teresa Linares.
In your Xbox event video tomorrow, can you sneak the word duck into it just as an inside joke that only people here know? Well, what's the context of duck?
Queen of the Exorcists. She's as cool as ice.
Hey, Neo, any dating advice? The best dating advice I can give, well, I would say, if you are a man, don't rush into a relationship. If you think you want a relationship just cause, you're wanting it for all the wrong reasons. You should enter in a relationship if you really truly want to grow with the person. So take your time to get to know them. You know, do all your like analyze the content of their character, what they're all about. Are they good for you long term? Are they goal driven? And just like, if you are going to date, just approach it casually. Just don't throw 100% into it. If you see the person's only throwing 10, look for the warning signs. If people are just doing kind of shady things, then confront them on it. And if they're still being shady, then end that and move along. Because the sad thing is, there aren't a lot of great people in the world, and when it comes to dating, it's just such a smaller subset of that. So I would say, depending on what your age is, if you're like anywhere from 20 to 30, don't really be worrying about getting married or things like that. Just focus on you. Focus on growing your bank account, getting like various financial streams coming in, your career, and then when you're in your 30s, you know, when you're already established, then maybe you can start looking for marriage. But I wouldn't just like rush into it now because you want to, you know.
Have fun, you kids.
You aren't coming along?
I'm afraid I've got bigger fish to fry at the moment.
Do you think we'll see the console unveiled tomorrow? I don't believe so, Julian, because Aaron Greenberg came out and he said something along the lines of, it's only going to be games, so we're not going to see all the other stuff. But there is a rumor like August showcase, so we might see more stuff there. Oh, I'm yawning so much today, guys. I'm like not even tired, but I'm just yawning. Okay. Amber Blade. We have 4 different ones, and they all have different random skills. So HP recovery upon defeating foes is plus 30, and then defense plus 5 for the belts. What's this one? Absorb HP effect for arts. I'll just get this one. Why not? Thanks, Neo. Good advice. Yeah, brother. I mean, honestly, when you stop, I mean, you've heard this phrase before in 40-Year-Old Virgin, but you just got to stop putting the pussy on the pedestal, man. You just got to focus on you and just enjoy life. That's all it is, man. And when you think you've found the one, and she's checking off all these boxes, and it's just natural. It's literally like finger snap, that easy. Had a plan to meet up with a good friend. Then the day before we met up, I went on Facebook, and she was planning to ditch me. Oh, you see, in situations like that, and not even just relationships, like romantic relationships, just people in general, if they be flaking constantly without a good reason, like if it's something like an emergency, something comes up, sure. But if it's a thing where they forgot they were supposed to do something, like all of our phones have calendars in it. You can put notes and reminders. There's no way you forgot about something like that. So in situations like that, man, nah. Just what I would do is I mean, people say I'm savage for this, but I cut off all communication with them. That's what I do, because you don't value my time. If it's an emergency, I can understand. But if you're planning on it and when you know we've got something going on, don't do it, you know? And if you actually are what you say, you better go ahead and make it up to that person. So if, hey, we're supposed to go out and grab drinks, you better be picking up the tab. You know what I'm saying? Like, gender be damned. You better go ahead and do that. Nice. I got a lot of stuff, actually. And we can pimp out the whole character. Sorry for the language. Why? I don't know what you said, Jordan. I didn't see anything. Oh, I bought 2 of these. Oh, it's dumb of me. Bring that down a little bit. Bring up that HP. Do you think as time keeps going, dating will get harder? I think it will depend on the type of people you're looking for. So I will just say this, Edward. Dating in your 20s is the worst thing in the freaking planet. It's the worst thing on the freaking planet, bro. Because you have this whole generation of promiscuous people who don't care about other people's feelings, but at the same time, they want you to care about theirs. And you see that a lot with Instagram thoughts and Twitter thoughts and the Twitter fuckboys and the Instagram fuckboys. You know, this generation of being heartless and so cold and not valuing each other. So what I do is I adopt a similar approach where if I see someone and they're treating me a certain way, I just cut it off completely. And then if they try to come back, I'm just like, no, it's not worth it. Because we already know what you're about. You know, there's so many people like, I'll have this guy or this girl in the reserves for when I'm bored with like my main person. No, don't even give them power. Don't simp to their levels. Don't do that. Oh, no, you good, Jordan. No worries. But reading is fundamental, my friend. Reading is very fundamental.
Look, a yak.
A yak.
Here's a fun fact. Yak-tail hair is considered to be among the highest quality materials for a helmet's plume.
Wow, really? Also, I don't care.
At my house, we had this helmet. It was an incredible...
Velvet is a damn troll.
Yak-tail hair, the talk of the town. House Rangetsu has 2 treasures.
Rangetsu.
Say, the helm of Yak and Stormhowl.
They must not have thought very highly of the rest of you.
Why do you say that? Although, I guess...
I appreciate that, Lynx. The showcase is happening at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, and then whatever time zone you're in, you can just adjust it accordingly. We'll be going live 30 minutes before that. So I live on the East Coast, so it's 12 p.m. for me. We'll be on at 11:30.
Did you hear? That navigator for the shipping guild, Dial. He turned into a demon. He supposedly killed and ate his crewmates.
Jesus.
Then ran off.
Demon blight?
Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting, you know?
No need to worry.
People have been counting down for this event for like, what, the past 2 months? And then when we got the date, it was like, all right, let's do this.
You can never turn back into a human. Is killing him our only option?
Yes.
Be a mercy. Demons are just monsters who've lost their humanity.
Yeah, you're right. Things like that aren't human anymore.
Not human, huh?
Uh-oh.
This cold is beyond ordinary. Well, Halavis is a northern country, But still, it wasn't this cold when I was a kid. The cold
I feel
snow
you.
and ice were never this bad. I know it for a fact.
But how's everybody's day been?
What do they call it again?
Everybody good?
Global cooling?
Yes, he's playing and my wish has been granted. Oh, I was waiting for you, Zook Master. I was like, yo, the one person who I know wanted me to stream this game like crazy ain't even here. And he suddenly arrived with a dynamic entry.
Well, don't look at me.
She's very
It's not my
opinionated.
fault.
But welcome to the stream, Zook Master. We're not too far into the game. We've just been going around the town, asking people stuff. How do I... Oh, that's right over there.
Let me get this straight, Alpha area. You want to form an alliance?
Yeah, over here in the northeast, there's like a severe thunderstorm warning. And, I mean, it's kind of calmed down. But it was raining quite a bit a few hours ago.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Is that it?
Hey, what's going on, Matthew? Welcome to the stream. That's good. Good to hear everyone's day's been going great. Staying productive. Nice. Yeah, my day was good. My day was very good. I got a lot of stuff done this morning. Took a little bit of a nap. And then worked out.
This isn't a snowball fight. It's a snowball war.
After that, I just got on here for the stream.
I was the one who engineered their alliance.
Oh, snap. Everything is this chick's fault.
The Alpha and Gamma forces will launch a full-scale assault to destroy the other. Exhausted, the victor won't be prepared when my Delta army sweeps down upon them. They have sealed their own.
What English dub do you despise?
Dirty.
All's fair in snow and war.
Well, as a whole, I maintain that most English dubs produced now are pretty good. It's a far cry from the 90s and the early 2000s of really bad dubs. But if I'm talking about dubs that I'm just not a big fan of, I don't really like a lot of Bang Zoom productions. Something about Bang Zoom productions, I feel like I'm watching an English dub, if that makes sense. Like, because with a lot of the Funimation shows, it comes off as very natural. And the script writing is really good most of the time. Because I can watch My Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist, so many of the shows Funimation put out, and be completely immersed. But with a lot of Bang Zoom shows, it just, it's awkward, man. But what about y'all? Free hand sanitizer. Oh, appreciate that. Like, I know the obvious answers people would give is like 4Kids. Yeah, that's a given. But 4Kids did have some decent dubs. Like, despite the editing, the Yu-Gi-Oh dub I thought was okay. I mean, it had some issues, obviously. But I thought it was watchable. Pokemon was decent.
Explosives.
Shaman King.
Sounds dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Bruh, how is the chat in stream more responsive than the chat on the website?
But we've humans to contend with.
Chat in stream more responsive than the chat on the website.
What
What do you mean by that? Chat in the stream more responsible than the chat on the website? I'm confused.
Like never before. Flamestone is the only reason our little snowbound city is thriving. A keelhaul to anyone who says otherwise.
So this ship goes to the capital. If I asked, could you take us with you?
Nope, not happening.
Chat on what
Ordered a
website?
total suspension of activity.
I'm doing great because I know I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family, and after that I'm going to become a billionaire, and I'm going to give you $1 million. Oh, that's dope, Saucy. Keep on climbing, man. That's all it is, you know? You just gotta carve out your own path. But that's what's up. All the best to you. Keep it going, man.
Humanity would be dead in the water. A keelhaul to anyone that says otherwise.
Yes, we will be streaming the Microsoft event tomorrow. What's your name, kind sir? Bioptic? I believe that's how it is. Because that's my ninja way. That's your Nindo. My ninja way. I'm a ninja legend. Naruto. Oh no, I remember when Naruto first came here in the States. The Toonami announcer chick, she straight up called it Naruto. I mean, I understand. I get it. Because the way, if you look at it, see, I told you guys I'm paranoid. I save every single time I see a save point. And it was literally only like, what, 2 minutes ago? 2.5 minutes ago? Yeah, people called it Naruto. Oh, that's how you say it? Awesome. Good. I try my best to get y'all's names right, but you know, I am only human. I am not a perfect god. Like the area where you type is slower than the chat preview on stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's something I've noticed. It's so weird because the chat, I think maybe it's because it's directly integrated into the Streamlabs. So I think that's why it shows up faster than it shows up on YouTube. I have no idea, but I've noticed that. That stream's happening in the morning, so we're having a show in the morning. Yes, we're having a morning show, guys. What's your prediction on what you want to see? Well, I want to see a lot of really good games from Microsoft. Obviously, we're going to see Halo. We're going to get a lot of like expected titles. I think Forza 8 is going to make an appearance, but if I'm being honest, I want like a lot of like heavy single player focused games. Like they've put out enough multiplayer games. People have enjoyed them, but I want to get like some really good like things we haven't seen on Xbox in a long time, you know? What's my objective? Head to the home? Okay. Even on the app, full screen is faster. Wow. That's insane. YouTube be weird, I guess. YouTube be very weird about things. But yeah, so I want to see a lot of really good single player games. I really hope that Fable game is legit. And then they've spent their time on it. I would love to see some rare revivals that are actually given like really good love and care. I gotta figure out where I'm going, man, because I'm just all over the place. Storehouse Tavern. Well, I didn't visit the church. Yeah, there have been too many rumors about Fable for it not to at least be a thing, you know? Because if they don't show tomorrow, I'll be surprised, but we know they've been working on it. Like, just Playground hiring for an open world game, person with RPG-like experience. What else could it be? Unless it's a brand new IP. Who knows? But yeah, it should be good. Yo, that 4Kids Double One Piece, though. I heard a new Tales of Arise event trailer tomorrow. Oh, really? Well, if anything, I thought they were going to show it at this anime thing that Bandai was supposed to do today. But apparently it was like hella mid. And there was nothing going on. Where? I'm gonna head back out. Microsoft and Capcom have a game to show off? What could it be? If it's Dino Crisis, I'm going to lose my shit. But if I'm being honest, if it's Dino Crisis, I go insane. If it's Deep Down, I'd be like, damn, that shit still exists. If it's another Resident Evil, I want it to be like something new. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I wanted to ask you, I searched up the Xbox All Access program and I saw that Best Buy sold out. Amazon, yeah, it's been sold out, Links. I think I got one of the last few units because I noticed a few like weeks later it was all sold out. So they probably cleared their inventory of the Xbox One consoles, and gearing up towards the Series X, they're gonna go ahead and launch a new round of Xbox All Access.
I'm fine.
Is this on Xbox One or PS4? This is on PC. This game isn't on Xbox. Ironically, though, you can use an Xbox controller on PC, and they already have all the button prompts, so it's like it's on Xbox, but not really. It's got to be that Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. I mean, you never know. They did unveil Devil May Cry 5 at the Xbox event. But how you doing, Chet? Welcome to the stream.
I'm glad I haven't lost that at least.
Wasn't mid, it was terrible. What did they show off at that event, Hollow Man? Because the way you describe it, it sounds like they never showed nothing. They haven't shown nothing. Yeah, people have been talking about that grappling hook for Master Chief, which lends credence to that maybe Halo Infinite is going to be like an open world. Or maybe this is just like a new mechanic for Master Chief. Rare is working on Everwild. Oh, okay. We'll see what that's about. Ooh, we got more of these. But what game would they reveal tomorrow that would have y'all like lose your collective shit? Like for me, if we're talking like Microsoft games, Lost Odyssey would be that one. If we're talking like third party, like I said, Dino Crisis. People are going to be surprised at all the Japanese games shown tomorrow. I really hope it's a lot of new stuff. Like, I would love to see a lot of new Japanese games. Even if it's ports of games that already are out on PS4, I would love just to see them come to Xbox. Like, if they came out there and they said, yo, we're porting Judgment to Xbox, I'd be like, yo, shout out, you know? Like, that type of thing. I wouldn't want it to just be, well, here's this Japanese game we already announced coming to Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Scalebound coming back. I wish. An amped snowboard game would be fun. Yeah, no. Why would you? Nah, fam. Snowboarding games were legit. They were the shit, and I really do miss them. What was the last snowboarding game we had? What was that thing called? Steep? Did that game even like have an impact? Because I don't hear anybody talk about that game no more. I feel like that game came out and it died, which sucks because, yo, growing up I used to play like what, like shit, SSX like crazy. SSX, 1080. Like, I miss those really good, like, snowboarding games, bro.
Your style is really unique.
Just wait until I pull out the
Have you ever played Sonic Adventure? Yeah. Way back when. Yeah, so All Access, they said they're going to incorporate it into the launch of the Series X. So you might have to wait a few more months because they're trying to just clear out all their inventory of Xbox One consoles. So I think that's why it's been sold out there. But yeah, just once they do like the proper price announcement, they'll probably detail that as, hey, this is a way for you to get Xbox. Oh god, the snowboarding controllers. There were towers in a snow sport. Nah, you're lying to me, Chet. I refuse to believe that they made Steep an Ubisoft style game. Are you serious? They have fucking snow towers in that? Oh my god. Why is Ubisoft like this? I got Steep with PlayStation Plus, and when I got it, the servers were empty. Oh, that's terrible. Oh my god. That is not good. Whatever happened to The Crew? Y'all remember The Crew? All I know is that game got a sequel. A lot of Ubisoft games that were mid got sequels, and I'm just so angry. Yo, whatever happened to that Skull and Crossbones game? Did that ever come out, or is it like in development hell? Yes, Titanfall 2 is very underrated. They would promise they would show Scarlet Nexus, but showed off a weird app related to Scarlet Nexus and other garbage app games. Oh god. Oh god. That sounds like a Bamco thing, bro. I can't even. You see, that's why I miss E3, because Bandai Namco holding their own event is the reason why shit is fucked.
Don't waste my time.
So I'm curious, anybody who's watching the stream right now, have you actually played this game? Are you enjoying the game, or you're just like, I don't know, I'm just here to have fun? Dead Rising 5 and Saints Row 5? Maybe. They're reworking Skull and Bones to be like a live service game. Oh boy. Okay, that could potentially work because of the style of game, but I just hear live service with Ubisoft and because the thing is, it took The Division 2 like what, a whole year to get good.
it's ours.
Hey, appreciate all the support, y'all. Appreciate it. If y'all can do me a favor, if you're watching it right now, make sure you go hit that like button. It helps spread the video and the channel out to people.
I'll end this quickly.
Yo, Velvet is very bad, bro. She's like, damn. And you know me, I'm not really like into anime chicks like that, but Velvet, good lord. And she's just so badass, bro.
Let's go.
Hey, yo, we wildin' right now. Nah, yo, y'all know I don't ever talk about this, but Velvet is bad. Velvet's bad. Faye Valentine is bad, and Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo, she bad. Those are like my top 3. You know what I'm saying? I just leave it alone. I ain't got no waifus. I ain't got none of that. Y'all don't gotta worry. I ain't got no body pillows. I ain't got no anime chick as my wallpaper on my phone.
We're finished.
Almost at 57,000. That's right. And I got so many people to take, but most importantly, I got all of y'all who are watching right now who have got me to this point. Thank you so much, y'all. We're about to cross 57,000 subscribers. My goal is to hopefully hit 100K by the end of the year. I'm not sure how realistic that'll be, but we're going to try our best. Yes, I'll be live streaming the Xbox event. Do you think we'll get Titanfall 3 even though Apex was technically Titanfall 3? Yeah, they said they're working on another Titanfall game, I believe. But they had to push it back because of Apex. So it won't be for like another 2 years. A man with taste. Hey, that's all I can do, Ivan. Are there any Tales games on Switch? Yes, there's Tales of Vesperia Remastered, which is a game that came out on the 360 way back when. And they just released an updated version last year for all the consoles and PC. It's a good game, but the combat isn't as good as something like this. I'll say that much. I'll say that much. Also, I need a fight stick for our Xbox. I wish I was really into like fighting games like that to justify buying a fight stick. I do want to play the new Soul Calibur because it launched on Game Pass. I'm telling y'all, Game Pass is the truth. Japanimation games would make a great term. Vesperia is cool. It's a fun game. Good story, great animation. Combat is I mean it's okay, but it's not like you get spoiled by the later Tales games. I'll say that much.
It's a heartless decision, I know. But it follows from the
What WTF is wrong with James Miller? I have no idea. Every now and then you get some type of spam and a bunch of weirdos coming into the stream. That's the nature of the beast, y'all.
What is your business here? We heard there was a murderous
Game Fest demos, any if you're playing the indie demos on Xbox. I haven't looked at the list of the games, so I can't speak on them. Anything catch y'all's eyes? There's a WB game sale on Xbox and not PlayStation. Uh-oh, conspiracy theories. Nah, but if I'm being serious, PlayStation has done sales like that before, and Xbox doesn't get those games on sale. It is what it is. I don't think there's any type of ulterior meaning behind it. You never know, though.
Oh, good. I didn't want us to get eaten.
Eaten?
What are your opinion on anime games as a whole? Anime games, for the most part, are very disappointing. If we're talking like based off anime, not like anime-inspired visuals such as Tales. Anime games, they make me sad. They're just rushed out there. They probably have like a year development time, if that. Production value is really low. They've all evolved into like arena brawlers. And they're just an overall disappointment because now they charge $60 for them. What is this game? I have no idea, but it looks good. This game is Tales of Berseria. It's a part of the long-running Tales franchise. Tales is a JRPG, an action JRPG. It's got a good story, decent characters, and fun combat. It's like nice if you want to play a JRPG that's got action to it.
Nothing.
Hold up, Nier's on Game Pass. Yes, Nier Automata is on Game Pass. A lot of games are on Game Pass, guys. Like, Game Pass is so good. Yep, Yakuza 0, Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2 is coming to Game Pass. I think Kiwami 2 is coming to Game Pass next week, right?
What's that mean exactly?
They're handpicked agents who
I haven't downloaded Nier Automata off of Game Pass yet because I have it on PS4, but I think I'm gonna start a new playthrough on Xbox because I heard the Xbox One version is the best version. So I'm gonna go do that. But I'm finishing up Red. I say finishing up. I'm not even halfway into Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm just trying to play that. There's just too many games on Game Pass, guys. Neo, my Switch library has been weak so far. Anything you recommend? Yeah, so tell me what games you have, and I'll recommend you some titles. Have you tried Game Pass on PC? Yes, I've tried it. I've downloaded Outer Worlds, Gears Tactics, Streets of Rage. It works good. It just doesn't have the selection that the Game Pass for console does. That's what's disappointing.
That's one fine yak you've got there. What an adorable face.
You might not want to lean in too close.
Why?
Right, dude. I have no idea how this service is justifying its existence. Because you get all these games, and you can play them for months. It's absolutely insane. I don't know how it's possible. Where do you start with the Yakuza series? Ivan, I would start with Yakuza 0. Start with Yakuza 0. It is, in my opinion, one of the best games in the franchise. And it's just so good. The story, it's amazing, man. Would you rather have a Budokai Tenkaichi collection or a Rage and Blast collection? I would say, well, I mean, I don't want collections of those. I would rather just like them remaster one of the games. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do that. You have Fire Emblem, Breath of the Wild, Smash Bros, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Okay. So you've got a lot of the good ones. I would recommend picking up well, I mean, this is assuming you don't have other consoles like PlayStation or Xbox or PC, but Dragon Quest XI is a really nice return to form. If you just want classic traditional JRPGs. In addition to that, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, another excellent game. Let me look at my other selection right here. Like, I have a lot of games on Switch, y'all. Let me see. All right. The Ace Attorney trilogy is fun. That's like a great game to play on the go because you can just put your Switch to sleep mode, chill with it. Let's see. Oh, this right here. If you love Mega Man games, Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack. This game right here, dude, so freaking good. Inti Creates is absolutely killing it. I don't know if any of y'all have this game, but it's so awesome. They have I think they announced like another game. In addition to that, let's see what else I have here. Because I have a lot of crazy Switch games, man. Dragon's Dogma is a very good one. If you don't have other systems. Let's see. Because I'm trying to recommend some games that you can really only get on Switch. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle is very good. I was thoroughly surprised by this one. It's kind of like XCOM Lite with Mario characters. And it's very fun. I liked it a lot. Shantae Half Genie Hero. And all the other Shantae games are going to be coming to Switch too. Astral Chain is another great one. Let me see what else I got here. Rayman Legends, awesome game. Binding of Isaac, awesome. Disgaea 5, awesome. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, awesome. It's just like some of those things that you just know. I was thoroughly surprised with the Assassin's Creed Rebel collection. They run really good on the Switch. I was shocked. And you can get this like with both games. I've seen it go on sale for like $20. Of course, Bayonetta You gotta own Bayonetta. Those are just a couple of games I recommend. I say a couple. I just went through almost my entire library. Yeah, I be messing with the Switch heavy, y'all. Y'all know this. I love the Switch. Dead Cells. Yeah, chat's recommending some good ones too. Dead Cells is great. SteamWorld Dig 2. Like, the Switch is, like, killing it when it comes to indie games. And it's so great because, like I said, everything is portable. You can take it wherever. You can just sit in bed and play it. It's awesome.
This village seems much more run down than
Did we just get a sneak peek at the collection video? A little bit, Ivan. A little bit of a sneak peek. I have so many Switch games, guys. Like, this is not even everything. Like, this right here. Like, this ain't even all my Switch games, guys. I have so many other games scattered across the room. And digital titles, too. Like, the Switch is that platform where you just want to collect so many games for no reason. Switch is just awesome.
The exorcist showed up to quell the tide of demons and to restore the human world. But demon blight keeps spreading.
SteamWorld did. Oh, SteamWorld's on. It's on Game Pass too. I thought they took it off, but if so, yeah, play it on Game Pass. Tokyo Mirage Session is pretty good, but the thing is, there are certain games that I would recommend to people, but not everybody would like it. You get what I'm saying? Like Tokyo Mirage Session, you kind of have to be like a certain kind of RPG gamer to enjoy. Like, it's not an easy recommendation like a Final Fantasy. Or, to a lesser extent, Persona. Those are easier to recommend than Tokyo Mirage, which is just a little too out there. Where's the Kai podcast? It's coming soon. We just... It's hard because, like I said, we're all adults and trying to coordinate everything between us. It's tough, but we're going to get it done. We're getting it done before the end of the month. Neo, have you ever done skits on your channel before? No, I've never done any type of skits. Head to the cave north of the village. Wish I got this game on Switch. I would buy that again. Yeah, dude. Like Switch, I double dip on the Switch so many times. Like, I don't need to buy the BioShock collection on the Switch, but I want to, because it's like BioShock on the Switch. Actually, hold that thought for a second. I'm going to go get myself some water, guys, because I'm getting kind of thirsty. I'm not playing this on a console. I'm playing it on PC. Playing it on PC, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back, guys. Hello, my children. I has returned, and I've got myself some water. Gotta stay hydrated. Hey, if you're, how many people we got watching this stream right now? We have got a grand total of 62 lovely individuals watching this stream. I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and get yourself some water, and I'm gonna need y'all to chug that. All right, y'all gotta stay hydrated. We can't be running around these streets talking about all these games, yet we ain't drinking our water. It's counterintuitive. We gotta live. Health is wealth. So all y'all better get over here. Colin, my boy. Colin, welcome to the stream, brother. We're doing the water chug challenge. So I want everybody here. I am not going to continue the stream until all y'all get some water. And we going to chug some water. It don't got to be a lot, but get some water. Make sure you get some in you. All right? Y'all, we got to stay hydrated. We can't be messing up, man. We be looking sloppy out here. We looking sloppy not drinking water, guys. Hello, my children. Is Neo my long lost dad? Well, I don't think I have any kids running around. I don't think so anyway. But who knows? All right. Oh, we have a $1.99 super chat from the homie Chet. Excuse me. Just carbonated water. Woo! How did you get into game and YouTube streaming? Well, I got into YouTube mainly because I was bored. I started my channel about 12 years ago. And back then, YouTube, it was so different by comparison to today. There weren't a lot of channels going around. No one was really getting on here and talking about video games. Every now and then you would see people just upload random gameplay clips. But you never had folks really getting on here and just giving their thoughts. It was either like the game shows, like anything you'd see on XPlay, G4, or IGN, and then just like random like amateur YouTube videos. And I got on here just talking about things like Kingdom Hearts and the games that I was looking forward to. And then it evolved into discussing other things like anime, manga, and then it just went from there. I'm your white son. Sorry, fam. Hey, I have not been with any white women in a long ass time, so I don't know what you talking about. This is impossible. This is impossible. But yo, Neo is my black dad. Black dad with a white son. How does that work? Y'all are crazy. But yeah, so that's how I started. I got into YouTube just because I was bored. It was like an after-school hobby for me, and it just went from there. Streaming-wise, I started streaming in 2010 when I got a webcam. I was streaming over on Ustream, and then that evolved into like Justin TV and Blog TV. And I did a lot of just like what I'm doing right now. I would just stream on those networks. Game-wise, I didn't start really like getting into. Well, I mean, I was never really into game streaming like that. I would just stream games whenever I felt like it. So I streamed the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix HD live. That was the first game I finished from completion. And I streamed other things like Final Fantasy 13 2 and just other games that were interesting. But that was like the first one I completed. And I had so much fun with that game. And then I started doing more streams and I stopped because I was like, I'm good. I was lazy with it. And it just went from there. I would stream, like, whenever there was a big game I really liked, I would stream the first couple hours, like Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. I did that. And now, you know, because I've had more time, I've just been streaming, like, a couple times a week. So that's the best answer I could give. Your channel might be older than PewDiePie's. It might be. It might be, man. I have no idea. You're seeing an original subscriber right here. There we go, Nicholas. There we go. Shout out to the OG subs. Yeah, there's a lot of people here who they still have the same usernames as back then. And it's just so nostalgic because I remember, it's like everybody watching each other grow up, you know? I remember being friends with people at the time who were in college and then seeing them have their kids and start a family. And now their kids are legit like 10 years old. It's crazy. Life is a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful thing. The only thing that holds me back from playing anime-inspired games is the UI. I just can't seem to understand anything about it. Oh, okay, yeah. Because for some games, the UI is just it's out of this world. You're like an adult version of a kid I knew at school. You were like him, but looked older and wanted to become a YouTuber and liked anime and stuff. Oh, that's nice. All right, let us resume, everybody. Prickle boar sausage. That actually sounds pretty good.
Food's ready. It's nothing special.
Damn, Velvet. She's like, here. It's better than nothing. But yeah, cooking benefits your characters, gives them extra perks and all that.
Now that hit the spot.
What's a good place to start for Tales? I'd recommend playing this game. It's really accessible in the sense that you can get it on PlayStation or PC. Other than that, you know, I'd recommend Tales of Vesperia. Honestly, what it comes down to is what consoles you own, because there's a lot of good Tales games that are only on like the PS3 and the PS2. So it depends. Velvet is edgy even when cooking. Yeah. I subbed a couple days ago. Hey, well, welcome to the family, Bioptic.
Not normal food, at least.
That's what it's all about, man. Doesn't matter if you an OG or you're a newbie, man. I got love for everybody around here. I watched your Kingdom Hearts videos back in the day and remember them. Never subbed till about a few years ago. Oh, wow. So you were straight lurking, Antoine. You were just like, I like his Kingdom Hearts videos, but I ain't gonna subscribe.
That's all I care about.
I hope we get more Tales of Arise footage, especially since it got delayed. I feel like they should show something.
Oh, yeah, the guy at that weapon shop
So we'll see tomorrow.
for the trip. I nearly forgot about it.
You really think it's a good idea to drink when we've got demons to fight?
Yes.
Warm me up.
I thought you
I like
couldn't
his
feel the
viewpoint.
cold.
That's true, I suppose. Well, I'm not drinking it anyway. I'm using it for something.
Like what?
Anyone here into RPG novels? I can't say that I'm into that at all, chat. I have no knowledge on that. Microsoft doesn't like anime titties. Well, it's mainly due to the fact that there's never been a strong Japanese presence on Xbox. I mean, it was in the beginning of the 360, but that fizzled out. And, you know, the thing is, Japanese games by default go to Nintendo and PlayStation platforms because those are the only consoles that really exist in Japan. Xbox doesn't have a great presence there. So, by default, they're going to get all the games, and Xbox isn't. We've seen a lot of Japanese games go to PC this generation, though, so that's a good thing. Have you watched God of High School? I have not seen it yet. Berseria playthrough. Yeah, that's right. We're playing a little bit of Berseria. Got some Berseria action up in here. I don't get how I'm so immersed in the Xbox ecosystem right now in news and I still don't have an Xbox. Well, that's the cool thing. It's always interesting to see what's going on in the industry, especially when it's really exciting, potentially game-changing stuff. Because then, if anything, that will influence your decision later down the road if you ever want to get an Xbox. And if Xbox does something that's really good for gaming, it tends to bleed over into other aspects of the industry. It has a lot of other people just re-examining what they were doing. Like PlayStation Now, for example. Do y'all remember when PlayStation Now first launched, how you had to rent the games on an individual title-by-title basis? They didn't even have a subscription model for, like, what, years? And even then, the subscription model was like $20 a month to stream games. Stream them. Later down the road, they incorporated downloads for the PS4 titles. And then they dropped the price of PlayStation Now. So why would they do all this? Maybe because Xbox Game Pass was putting pressure on them because they offered game downloads. They had a cheaper price. And then they were talking about doing their own streaming. PlayStation Now just dropped all their streaming support. I think it's limited to what, just PlayStation 4 and PC. No longer you can do it on the PS3 and the Vita. So competition, pressure creates diamonds. That's all I can say. I remember your Kingdom Hearts videos as a kid. I loved your manga video too. I appreciate that. Way back when, man. Back in the days. Even if Microsoft had a bigger Japan support system, the games would be screwed by localization like Fatal Frame 5 for Wii U. I don't necessarily think that. I think the Fatal Frame situation is just exclusive to Nintendo and their Nintendo-isms. you know? Unfortunately, like, Nintendo just, they want to be everybody's parent on certain, here's the thing I don't understand. So they'll censor games like Tokyo Mirage and Fatal Frame, yet they leave Bayonetta intact. So, like, Nintendo's very particular about what they censor. If you could live in any place in the world, where would you live? Well, I mean, as much as I complain about New York and it's like high taxes and the high cost of living, I do love the city a lot. But I'm a very simple guy, as you guys know. So I could pretty much function anywhere and do just fine. I mean, I'll probably end up moving down to Dallas. And I could function just fine over there. I would love to explore more European countries to get a feel of them. And see if I'd ever want to move to them, you know? Yeah, Mixer definitely was a distraction. And, you know, you got to trim the fat, you know? Got to trim the fat and focus on what matters. Hey, Takun Hiwatari. What's going on, brother? Shout out to the homie Takun. We're playing the game of your people right here, Takun. It's your girlfriend, Velvet. Yeah, Berseria is dope, dude.
We're finished here.
Kingdom Hearts 4 will come out when the PS6 gets announced. Apparently, Nintendo eShop has a problem with a bunch of hentai porn games being uploaded from indie titles. Well, that's the thing. eShop has a very, very terrible quality control. They're just announced. They're approving every single game that goes on the servers for the most part, and that's just it's killing things, man. Like before, they were so strict about what they put on the eShop. Now it's just the gates are open, and there's just so much crap being funneled through, and it makes it hard to find good games. How long do you plan on streaming tonight? I might go for a little while longer. Might go for like, what, a solid 2 hours. Because remember, we have the Xbox event tomorrow. We got to be up early for that. What's the difference between the PC and PS4 versions? Absolutely nothing, Takun. Absolutely nothing noticeable. I mean, maybe the PC version is like 10% sharper in detail. But, bro, just look at these graphic options. Just, Takun, look at this for a second, bro. I don't know how big you are into PC games, but these are the options. Like, that's it. Just draw distance. Like, putting things to help your performance. That's all it is, man. Maybe slightly better anti-aliasing in shadows, but it's not. It's pretty much a straight port. You know, it runs locked at 60 frames. There's no uncapped frame rate for this game. A lot of Japanese games on Steam are like this, unfortunately. But I mean, it's fine because they run. The important thing is that it's not as bad as it used to be. Like way back when, you guys remember that Japanese games on PC, they ran terribly, man. 2 hour stream, I'm down. Yup. Yeah, because tomorrow we're streaming the entire Xbox event, the pre-show, and then we're gonna do a little recap. So we're gonna be streaming for a few hours tomorrow. Oh, fear no hate. We were actually just talking about the Play Anime event and how it's just nothing. It didn't amount to anything, which is just so ridiculous. Like, how do you, like, this is the reason why people want E3 to come back, because you have all these other publishers who do this dumbass shit, and it's not even worth it. But yeah, that's the exact reason, Takun. It's because they haven't like, for them, it's still pretty much like when they develop the Japanese games for PC, they're doing it from like a Western point of view, you know? Like, Western gamers are going to be the ones who really support this a lot. Oh, damn, check that out. That was pretty badass, I'm not going to lie. I did hear that the Nier Automata port was pretty bad on PC. Oh, take it easy, Bioptic. You have a good night. Feel better. This is Microsoft's last chance. Yeah, if they don't come with some genuine heat tomorrow, it's we're gonna have to start asking some more questions, man, because they've had a lot of chances. They really have. I mean, they've had so many E3s to improve things, and they haven't. So they got to show us some heat tomorrow. It can't just be more of the same with Halo, you know? Hey, what's good, Suna? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What have you missed? Oh, well, we're just streaming this game and chatting. Nothing too crazy.
Come on, really?
Oh, leveled up. Nice. Wonder if I have any more arts. Let's see. Nothing new? Okay. I'd really hate to see the console space just become Nintendo and Sony. Yeah, that's what it was this generation. It was pretty much Nintendo and Sony leading the charge, and then Xbox was just there. It was just there, making like the best place to play. You know? Not necessarily doing anything that much better by comparison, but the sales for the Xbox console kind of speak for themselves, you know? And like I said, Microsoft, they've done so much to really grow the ecosystem, but at the end of the day, people value the games. Games are paramount to everything. I know people can say exclusives don't matter all you want, but they do. Because Xbox has been on sale more times than PlayStation. They've been more consumer friendly than PlayStation this generation. Yet people go to Xbox. People go to Nintendo, who doesn't even have a proper online system. Like, I want Xbox to be there to put pressure on everybody else. Yes, I will be streaming the Xbox event tomorrow. I'd say give it some time. They might port that Sword Art Online game to Switch, because they've brought a few of them over. Dude, and they charge you $20 a year for that service to play what? Mario Kart, Splatoon. It's just not a good look, bro. Nintendo Online is literally Patrick with the 2x4 on his head and the hammer. That's literally Nintendo Online. Yeah, Sword Art Online is still huge, man. Like, my God, they keep coming out with all these new seasons and all these games. I was shocked. Did I get that treasure chest? I have no idea. Dude, I was so surprised because I saw the first season of Sword Art, and I thought it was okay. Wasn't the best thing in the world, but it wasn't the worst. And then they just kept doing more and more and more and more. I was like, well, damn. Then you have all these movies here. But I mean, I guess people seem to like it, so that's why they keep doing it. But the games are what really bother me, because it's just, I look at them and I'm like, these games could be so much more. They could be so much more. If they just make one proper Sword Art game and support it for years, oh God, it could be so cool. Are you going to pick up the Tony Hawk Pro Skater game? I really want to, but it depends on how many games I finish come September. I'm definitely going to get it, though. At launch or within the first 2-3 months is the question, though. What level are you? I'd have to see. Yeah, my boy Bob raves about Sword Art Online, but he's also a degenerate weeb, and he knows it. But he loves it. He loves Sword Art. Let me see. The new season's pretty good. That's good. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. What gets me is that they'll release the NES, Super Nintendo games, all these online titles. They can do everything but fix the online stuff. Yeah, bro, Nintendo is literally one step forward, two steps back on everything they do. It's the worst. I'm level 8. I am level 8 right now. Oh, we've got a $5 super chat from the homie Suna. Tales of Vesperia is $15. Is it worth it compared to Zestiria and where you made it clear that it wasn't a solid start for Tales series? All right, now, no. Don't play Zestiria. Do not play Zestiria. Do not play Zestiria. Whatever you do, stay away from Tales of Zestiria. That is going to sour your entire opinion on the Tales franchise. If you are going to go buy a Tales game, buy yourself Tales of Vesperia. It'll give you a good idea of what you're getting into for the newer games. Personally, I say everybody should start with Berseria. I think that this game is just like the peak way of introducing people, because the combat is so good, and if you could hook people with combat, it'll be much easier to get them more invested. Good to see you doing another stream. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I have fun streaming. It's cool. $20 a year and you can't message people on Switch. Well, they do that because Nintendo likes to be everybody's parents, and they don't want any type of harassment on their consoles. How much you want to bet that's the reason why? And that's why they lock voice chat behind a mobile app, because they know people aren't going to do that.
I think we might be able to break this boulder.
And people say I'm foolhardy.
What is your favorite animal? I love wolf pups. I really do love wolf pups. Wolf cubs, they're so cute, man. Damn, Velvet. Shoo.
What's that smell?
Oil?
Nah, we're at an anime convention, so it must be the musty fans. Vesperia, Abyss, and Symphonia are good starting points. Yeah, that's the thing. I always try to recommend those games to people, but the thing about these Japanese games is that you kind of have to own multiple older systems to really experience some of the best games. Thankfully, Vesperia got a HD remaster, but, you know, there's still only a handful of games that someone who has a PS4 can play. You know, because I'd only recommend Berseria and Vesperia. There was only 3 games on PS4. I happen to be an anime fan that showers. Show me respect. Oh, congratulations. You are the minority. Trust me, you are alone in that. Because you go to them conventions, man. Oh my god. The amount of people that shower versus the ones that don't. It's so bad, bro. It's so bad. Tales of Arise is on the way. Yeah, it is, but it's not coming out till next year. So, as it stands, there's only like 2 good games, good Tales games to play on PlayStation.
Come on, really?
Grace's F was cool, but it's got some issues. Tell that to the Smash community. Oh, lordy. The Smash community is already imploding. Would I dare kick them in the bucket? Kick them in the back one more time? I might. Because, yeah, if you go to any type of game room and they're playing Smash Bros, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see a musty, overweight person with their butt crack just hanging out. It's bad, bro. Like, everyone thinks I'd be joking until they see other people back that shit up. I shower too. Well, congratulations. Y'all are the minority. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying the vast majority don't shower at conventions. What happened to the Smash community? A lot of stuff. But to sum it up, a lot of the top players were outed for being pedophiles and sexual harassers. So it's actually some really good stuff that's happened because we got those people out. And we really have to kill this whole sycophantic cult of personality that we see happening. Because these people are just regular dudes, yet folks wanted to glorify and defend all the stuff that went down for years. Do you think Zillia is good? Any complaints on it? Oh, no, Zillia is great. I enjoyed it, but my problem is I don't like the world design. I think it's very bland. But the combat in the game is great. Oh, especially the second game. It's awesome. But there are some complaints I have, like I said, with the design of the game. The second game has this really dumb debt simulator mechanic. But the stories are good for the most part. Like Tales games, the stories in the Tales games aren't like revolutionary. Like they're not going to rewrite JRPGs. Like it's literally just Tales is a franchise that's literally just good. It's a good series. It's cool. It's alright. You know? They alright games. I really enjoy them because, you know, I've been playing the Tales series for damn near more than half my life. But it's got some issues. Like not every single Tales game has a great cast. Sometimes the stories are very cliche and formulaic. But I have a lot of fun with them because there are games that come out that have a great cast, great writing, great combat. And that's how it is. If I had to compare it to like other series like Persona and Trails of Cold Steel, does not compare. But not everything has to be on that level. You get what I'm saying? Like not every movie has to be The Dark Knight or Captain America Winter Soldier. Every now and then we need an Ant-Man or a Guardians of the Galaxy. Trails of Cold Steel is dope. I have to go back and playing that though. Oh, Bob Pappenbrook, man. He's one of the OGs, bro.
So it was tar we were smelling. Watch your step. You won't get out if you get stuck.
I think this game is way better than... Wait, you said I think this game is way better than Persona 5? Whoa. Time out for a second. Let's... Berseria is an amazing game in its own right. It is. Trust me, it's like one of the all-around good Tales games. Better than most. But we gonna hold off on that. Get it, Velvet. Oh, Velvet is a fucking queen. Big time, Cap. What do you like watching, dub or sub? Honestly, I'm more of a dub guy myself because I do enjoy, because I've grown accustomed to a lot of the English cast at like Funimation. But I watch anime subbed and dubbed depending on like if an anime is subbed only, I'll watch it subbed if I want to see the series. If it hasn't got a dub yet, of course I'm gonna watch it subbed. But if it has a dub and it's from a studio that I respect, I'm gonna check out the dub. Like My Hero Academia, I watch in both languages, but I prefer that show in English. Like that's how it is for that show. For Fullmetal Alchemist, I prefer it in English. Cowboy Bebop, I prefer it in English. That doesn't mean the Japanese version is bad, no. But there's just sometimes the dubs are so good. But here's the thing, though. There are some companies who I don't really like their dubs. I'm not too big a fan of Sentai Filmworks and Bang Zoom. There's just something about their dubs that is off.
Don't get overconfident.
Ocean dub is consistent. Woo! Get it, Velvet. We stand a queen.
We're finished here. Let's go.
Yeah, Ease combat is intense, bro. People be thinking Ease is easy because, oh, you just go and you hack and slash. Nah, fam. That game on the harder difficulties, that game gets intense, bro. I be sweating. Shout out to Ease. Great franchise. Oh, we have a lot of different places to explore.
You better be ready.
Falcom in general is the unsung JRPG developer. Like, I feel like they'll never get the true respect that they deserve. Because they create a lot of good games. But they're just, like, slept on. You know, thankfully they've gotten popular in recent years. But still, it's kind of like... It took so long for Persona to get into the mainstream that I think the same will have to happen for Ys and Trails of Cold Steel. It's just going to take some time.
Well then, let's move on.
Are you hyped for SMT5? Of course, Takun. I cannot wait. I've been waiting for that game since before they even launched the Switch. Because I love SMT. And the fact that it's taken so long, it had me worried. I'm not going to lie, but I think it'll be worth it. Atlas games, well, the ones they put a lot of effort in, rarely disappoint. Like the spin-off titles, yeah, whatever. But the mainline titles are good. And they're very challenging, too. That's a plus. You think all your PS4 digital games will be playable on the PS5 day one? Yeah, I believe so. I mean, they said they were going ahead and they're testing all the games. Whether they'll all be available at launch, I'm not sure. But, yeah, they're going to focus on, like, the big titles. I don't think I'm good enough for an SMT game. Well, you won't know until you actually try it for yourself. You'd be surprised. Like, sometimes people... So a lot of people never thought they would get into, you know, XCOM and games like that until they actually played it, and they had a lot of fun. Hey, I'll let you know that I enjoyed Devil Survivor. No. When I said spin-off games, Takun, I meant a lot of like the smaller ones like Persona Q and Persona Dancing All Night. I'm not talking about like the other like Devil Summoner and things like that. Shin Megami Tensei, it's challenging. It's challenging. It is. It's like one of the series that has not like been dumbed down to crazy degrees. Yeah, the PS4 games are going to be backwards compatible on PS5, whether it's digital and physical. They said only a handful of titles might not work, so it might be very specific games. I've been playing Devil May Cry 3. It's hard to get into the combat after playing 5. Yes, Devil May Cry 5 is just so buttery smooth, man. Devil May Cry 3's combat is still really good, but it's just, it takes a while to get acclimated if you keep switching between the two. Because Devil May Cry 3 and Special Edition of 4 used to be like the gold standard. SMT is way harder than Persona. Have you played Skies of Arcadia? Yes, I have. There's a lot of series that... Am I even going to... Alright, there's some enemies there. That one looks challenging. I'm going to fight this one first. Level grind a little bit. Devil May Cry 5 is on Game Pass. Yes, it is. Y'all better go ahead and play it. I mean, I know some of y'all might not understand what's going on, but it's still such an amazing game. So I say play it anyway. My first mainline Shin Megami Tensei game will be Nocturne. Awesome. Nocturne is awesome. I really hope Tales of Arise will take the franchise to a next level. Me too. I think it might. I'm not a fan of the art style. It just looks a little too realistic for me. But remember, you know, that was over a year ago. So, why are you running away? Don't run. Don't run. All right, let's see if we can fight this guy. Damn, Velvet. I'm gonna take down all these guys first. Kill the ads. I will get to y'all's comments in a minute. I want to kill this guy first. Damn, I don't have a lot of arts that can really kill him like that. Oh, shit. Damn. Yo, stop stunning me. Yo, oh, hell nah. Let me see if I can make it without having to. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm about to say, hold on. Revive me. Thank you. Thought I could take him down all the way. Shit. There we go. Let me just check these comments. Yeah, the combat is pretty good, especially when you get more arts. The only thing that sucks is that when you're early in the game, you don't have too many, so it can look very much repetitive, but it's not. As you get further along into the game, you can pull off some like insane combos. If you go watch like combo expositions on YouTube of Tales games, bro, it gets crazy. Is this game multiplayer like the old ones? I don't think so. I haven't played Tales multiplayer in such a long time. Let's see. Apparently Microsoft will announce some partnership with Nintendo tomorrow. Maybe that's why the direct was so lackluster. I'd be surprised. I wonder what they would announce. Like what, they're going to bring Ori 2 or something? Oh god, they're making a Steins Gate Hollywood movie? Shut it down. I'm still waiting for the day when we can all play Tales online. Yo, that would be dope, Takun. Seriously. Berseria is definitely as far as the series can go as is. It has to evolve into something else when Arise comes out. True, true. I think they'll probably go like even harder with the combat though. I hope it's not just prettier for the sake of being pretty, you know? I hope it's much more than that. Yeah, an online Tales game would be great. Can't imagine Ori 2 on Switch. Well, the first one was on Switch, so it's only a matter of time. But we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Let me just go ahead and grab these. Phantasy Star Online. I still need to get around to playing that. My boy Tundex is obsessed with that. He's put in hundreds of hours. And the game hasn't even been out for that long. At least here in the States anyway. Have you taken a look at the PSN summer sale? You see any deals that catch your eye? No, I actually haven't. I haven't, Suna. Is there anything interesting that's on sale?
You're awfully peculiar.
I think I'm just kind of done buying a lot of games for the generation because I have so many titles in my backlog that it's hard to justify. Even if it's on sale, it's hard to justify buying it, you know?
I don't know much beyond that.
Ori 2 runs pretty good on the Switch. Well, Ori 1 runs good on the Switch, so maybe they could do some optimization. Maybe, I think it was just an optimization problem for Ori on the the second one on Xbox. But yeah, like right now, I'm just going through so many games that I can't really justify spending extra money. Like I already, like on my PS4, I already have so many games I got to get through. I quit Twitter because it's such a toxic place. Yeah, it can be. I mean, I don't think I'll ever leave Twitter because it's always fun. But yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. I'll say that much. Apparently, Zero has been banned from Twitch. Not surprising. Can you add me? My Xbox is RJ Lee. If anything, go ahead and send me a friend request, RJ, and I'll accept it because I'm in stream right now. My friend, my Xbox handle is Phantom Death 00. Yeah, the thing is, like, all of those Smash folk, they just have to, they got to take some time away from the internet and gaming and all that stuff just to reevaluate their life, man. It's just, they can't stay on here. They got to find a new profession. They got to do other stuff. There's just some things you can't come back from. I know a lot of people, they like to say, well, this is just another example of cancel culture. Cancel culture, what people are saying, it does not apply to everybody. You know, just because you did something wrong doesn't mean that you are automatically allowed to be given a second chance. There's just some things you cannot come back from. And I'm sorry, but being a sexual abuser and a predator, you cannot come back from that. It's not like you stole something from a grocery store or you made like edgy tweets. That's something completely different. You're involving and you're harming other individuals. It's just, nah, man. I don't know why that's such a hard thing to grasp. Like, a lot of people are saying, give the other Smash players another chance. They had so many other chances. These people aren't stupid. Come on now. So stop treating them as such. They're no different than you and I. They should know better. They should know they're right from wrong. And the sooner we realize that and we stop defending this whole cult of personality because they play my favorite video game, the sooner we'll all grow up. What do you think of Facebook? Facebook is cool, but I think it's like the most irrelevant platform out of everything, because you have to be friends with people, you know, in order to see and have a lot of good fun. It's not like Twitter where you can pick and choose who you follow and then you tweet to an audience. With Facebook, it's kind of like you have to have dope people to see a lot of cool memes and all that, you know? Whereas on Twitter, it's just kind of like you see it regardless. Because just the way the social interactions work on Twitter. Yeah, it's terrible. Like, it should just be a simple thing. You know? Like, this is messed up. Stop doing this. But people just always, they want to rally and they want to make something the hill to die on. No, this is not how it works, people. Because I always present this question to folks. Like, because people always want to say, oh, this is like this, that, whatever. I appeal to their emotions. Imagine if this was your son or daughter who is sexually abused by Zero or whoever these other guys were. Shout out to the 84 people watching. Shout out to y'all. Hope everyone's having a good day. Are you planning on keeping your PS4 when you get a PS5? Honestly, I think I was originally going to, Edward, because I have the Spider-Man PS4 Pro Special Edition, and that thing is beautiful. But if I'm being honest, man, that thing is so gosh darn loud that I'm not really going to get much use out of it if I have a PS5. You know? Because I would have kept it for collector's sakes, but it's just so loud whenever I play any game. So I might trade it in if I get a good deal. But we'll see. We'll have to see.
If anything, I think my sense of smell has improved. What about you?
No, the PS5, just looking at how they set up that cooling system, I think it's going to be as quiet as the Xbox One X. The Xbox One X is the gold standard right now. That thing, I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 4K. That thing is quiet. Meanwhile, my PS4, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. Man. The crazy thing is people get more exposure when this stuff happens. I've never heard of Zero or any of these people. Well, that's the thing, Fear No Hate. Everyone always says, well, any news is good news or blah, blah, blah.
Whatever.
Not necessarily. I don't want that to be there in the ether. You know, if somebody knows my name and it's because I'm a sexual predator or abuser, that's not good. That's not good for your reputation. It really isn't in situations like that. If it's something like you're a YouTuber and you make really, like, you know, like all these cringe news YouTube channels who make something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's different if, like, people see and they quote your stuff and they send it out to the ecosystem, like the ether. I can understand that. Like, any news is good news. You still have my name in your mouth. But if it's the stuff that's happening to the Smash community, oh no. Just do the Dark Cloud move and replace the thermal paste. Oh yeah, this dude Dark Cloud is like, you need to go out there and you gotta buy a new heatsink for your PS4 and then thermal paste. And I'm like, Cloud, I don't gotta do that with my Xbox or my Switch, or I didn't even have to do that shit with my PS3. This man Cloud, you know Cloud because that's his company though. That's his company, Takun. You know this. You know this. Thermal Cloud 1983. I love how we come up with all these damn nicknames for Cloud, bro. Dark Pony 1983. Shout out to Dark Cloud though. That's my homie right there. I forget I have the Xbox One X sometimes. Oh, you forget you have it on? Yo, I'm telling you, that shit is so quiet. Glad that times have changed. I remember when I was in high school and girls were abused and weirdly touched by creeps and it was hard for them to defend themselves. Yeah. Honestly, we have to normalize talking about these things and protecting each other. Because that's not okay. You know, it's not a case of, you know, let boys be boys. And it happens with men too. It really does. There's a lot of men who are sexually abused by women and other men. So we just got to be decent human beings for everybody. Hey, what's going on, Asbel? Welcome, welcome. It's weird to think Berseria is a PS3 game. Yup. Yep, exactly. Berseria was a PS3 game that released in, what, 2016? Guys, a PS3 game that came out in 2016. That's what Berseria is. I think the only difference is that on PS4 and PC, it's at 60 frames. That's the only difference. Yeah, I have high hopes for the Series X being really quiet. That thing is small too, man. Neo, have you heard of a YouTuber called Crap Gamer? He's like 30 years arguing about PlayStation's better. Yeah, I've heard of Crap Gamer before. I've heard of all the people in the community. I remember when Crap Gamer wasn't a PlayStation fan. That was years ago. I remember that. But yeah, like I've heard of all those people. Which is why when it comes to like the gaming community, I stay away from those type of folk. You know, it's like, it's fun to make memes and joke about stuff, but when people are like legit serious about that to the point where it's really cult-like-ish, I'm like, nah, fam. Perform a weak point combo by connecting Searing Edge to Tearing Thorn and then Harsh Rebuttal. Hold on. Let me set this up. Searing Edge, Tearing Thorn, Harsh Rebuttal. Let's try that. There we go. I just do the auto combo string for that one. Yeah, I saw whatever they showed off for Tales of Arise the first time. That's all I saw. I think that was it. Funny how Berseria is 60 frames, but Zestiria is on PS4 and it's 30 frames. Yeah, dude, it's so weird. It's so weird, bro. Tales of Arise is going to be the very first current gen Tales title. Everything else has been made with the PS3 in mind. And that game is coming out after the PS5. Wow. Oh, God. PS4 version is still definitive. Yeah, of course. Any version that runs at a higher frame rate and it's more stable and smooth is definitive in my eyes. Persona 5 came out on PS3. Yup. Persona 5 came out on PS3. And in the States, too, they released the PS3 version. That's how I think Black Bond played his. will my PS4 games be that are digital be downloadable? Yeah, I don't see why not, you know? I remember, oh man, I remember when you were so nice to do a Skype call with me 5 years ago. I really appreciate that you're so nice. Karma will definitely reward you someday. Oh, thank you for that. I loved doing Skype calls with people. It just got so hard to keep up since every time I signed into Skype just to, you know, hang out with some folks in a group chat, everybody was calling, and I kind of had to back away from that. But thank you. I appreciate that. That's why I created the Discord community, so we can all just get in there and chat and have fun. I wish JRPGs would catch up to the current gens. Well, that's a problem that exists all across Japan, bro. The budgets that go into Japanese games, by comparison, are much smaller. And I think it works out in their favor to an extent because, let's be honest though, they have less things they got to worry about in terms of like breaking even. And if a game like for some games in Japan, if they sell 1 million, they're good. Like they've made their budget back and then some. But for a lot of these other Western games, if that game only does 1 million when it comes out and it's done, it flop, man. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think probably Persona 5 was the most money Atlas spent developing a game. And it looks very beautiful. It looks high quality by comparison to a lot of Japanese games. Kingdom Hearts had the same graphics and assets until the 0.2 tech demo. Well, to be fair, though, Takun... well, no, that wasn't Takun. I got confused because Takun has a green profile picture, and then Waffle has a green profile picture. With Kingdom Hearts, I mean, what were the Kingdom Hearts games that were releasing from 2 to 2.8? It was all like handheld games. So, of course, they wouldn't need to go and create new assets, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, we'll just use what we have. There wasn't a new... Kingdom Hearts 3 is the first new Kingdom Hearts game with, like, new everything. Because everything else was just derivative of, like, older entries in the franchise. Persona 5 was the most money spent. Yeah. It's not surprising. It is not surprising, man. Oof, get it, Velvet. We stand a queen, guys. Japanese devs take a long time to find their footing. Yeah. Honestly, they really do. And, I mean, again, it makes sense because for a lot of the games that they make, they're not really graphically... Like, there's only a handful of developers that really take advantage of their hardware. You know, like Capcom does, Square Enix does. They make pretty games. But look at the budgets that are in those games by comparison, you know? I'm sure the budget that was spent on Persona 5, you couldn't even make a spin-off Final Fantasy title for that. What's your favorite game genre? JRPGs. JRPGs. Just in general RPGs, and it's also the worst genre for me because all of these games are like 50 hours minimum. And it's terrible because I only complete maybe 4 or 5 of them a year if I'm lucky. Because, you know, you can't really play them back to back to back to back because if you're doing JRPGs, there's like that slog in the beginning and oh god. It's just hard to get through, man. But they're so fun and they're so rewarding. Like Tales is like my great comfort food RPG that I can play, where I know all the entries, with the exception of Zestiria, is going to be a fun time. You know, I just started playing Trails of Cold Steel, first time getting into that franchise, and it's literally, it's an epic. It's an epic story told across like multiple games. Insane. And then you have something like Persona, which is the gold standard for, I don't even want to say it's mainstream, but, you know, it's just so... Damn, Velvet. She cut his whole tail off. I decided to take my headphones off because I played this on the PS4, so I already remember all this stuff. But yeah, it's insane, like, how many good JRPGs there's been this generation.
I have my reasons. We need a boat fixed for
Was gonna ask how the hell you didn't. Dude, that's why I only complete like a couple of games a year, because a lot of the games I play are ridiculously long, you know, and I just get engrossed in them. That's why I'm trying to play a lot of like 8 to 15 hour games, because that's like the sweet spot for me, you know, like games that are like 15 to 20 hours, good. Games that are like a nice tight 8 hours, I like that. But games that are like 100 hours for no reason, I can't do that, guys. I'm just at this stage of my life, I can't do that anymore, because I don't really get much enjoyment out of it. If it's a 20-hour game, they stretch to 100 hours, you know. How do you recommend getting in shape? I'm not bad by any means, but never really worked out. I want to focus on the food I eat before, and I don't want to get to a point where I feel like I have to. Well, Panda, the thing about that whole situation is you can't just work out and expect to lose weight. You can't just eat right and expect to lose weight. You've got to make an entire lifestyle and mindset shift. You have to incorporate this into your life. You don't want to do any type of like 30-day diet. You got to normalize this into your behavior. You have to start cooking good foods so the clean foods taste great. You have to love what you do when you're working out, and it's going to suck. You're going to be pushing yourself and you're going to want to quit, but that's when you literally have to go the extra mile. And it's not made for everybody. Being in shape, look at the amount of people on the face of the planet Earth who are actually in good shape. I'm not talking about looking like a Greek god, but I'm talking about, you know, flat stomach, nice definition, skinny face, you know, the way they wear clothes that complement their body. It's not a lot of people. So if you're really about this, you have to, your actions have to reflect what you're saying. You have to back it up. And it's only going to work if you're serious about it. You can't just go in 10% like, I'll just start doing this. You got to go into it. Hey, Corey's back on his final break. Oh, dang. How many breaks you get, brother? We just really cut this man's whole tail off, guys. That's crazy. In Final Fantasy 15, is Final Fantasy 15 Definitive Edition worth playing? Personally, I'm going to say no, because the game is just such a disjointed mess, and it's got the makings of an epic story and experience, but it's just, gameplay-wise, it's not great. If you're playing it on consoles, it doesn't run the best, and just a lot of the story is left out, you know? A lot of major key plot points aren't in the game, like the reason why they're fighting, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. Fitness is consistency. It's more important. Yeah, it is. It is, you know? Consistency is all that matters. Consistency is more important than ferocity. Well, that goes hand in hand, though, Chet. It's not about just being, like, you got to give it 100%. 100%, because consistency is not going to work unless you give it 100%. Like, if you're consistent with something, it's not you giving 20%. It's you giving 100%. So it's kind of implied, you know? But wasn't it rectified in Definitive Edition? No, it really wasn't. So they added in some DLC stories that did add some clarification. However, it wasn't enough. It was literally just to fix a lot of the stuff that was left out of the game. So 2 of the DLC stories are legit pointless. They're telling you what 2 of the characters were doing at the time, and you don't gain much from them. You really don't. And they're not particularly fun, in my honest opinion. The other 2 DLCs are great. But again, it's kind of like, I really wish this was in the whole game. You know, it's an interesting case study of how they had this game come out in such a bad state. Then they were attempting to fix it over the course of, 2 years. And then they just never got a chance to fully flesh it out. But it is kind of sad, because that game should have just been complete and finished from the rip. You shouldn't have to charge people $60, charge $30 for a season pass, and then, you know, expect them to wait for it to be finished. Oh, hold on. Gotta go back. Well, yeah, that's the thing, chat. Like, I'm not saying you can't be... Like, when I say you have to attack something, you have to attack it with your full force. Not necessarily just go balls to the wall with the workouts. You got to attack it with the same, like the way people dedicate time to play games and max out characters and learn. Like, let's just say you're into fighting games. You know, you're in the lab, you're working, you're doing all this. Like, people, they apply that logic to working out and getting their diet in order. And it's the same concept, you know? Why were you talking about getting fit? I just got into the stream because somebody asked a question about it. I have every Tales game in North America, but I only finished like 4. I love the series, but it becomes a life commitment when you start these games. I wouldn't necessarily say it's kind of like a life commitment because Tales games don't come out too often anymore. They used to. But right now, it's kind of like, yeah, they're cool. You play them when they come out. And the cool thing about Tales is, like, this franchise isn't long. You can complete these Tales games with, I know I say only 50 hours, but, you know, they're not, like, impossible games to finish. What is this right here?
Look, there's something.
It's a princessia.
That's quite an elegant name.
My sister.
Dropping gems on getting healthy, respect. Yeah, I try, bro. My whole thing is I don't like to really hoard knowledge and information because I was in the same place as people a few years ago.
I see. Thank you.
And I just think that if we're truly a community and we're trying to better each other, we have to spread that knowledge. We can't gatekeep it, you know? Because we're all trying to be the best version of ourselves, especially as we get older, you know? As we get older, when our bodies start to break down, the ultimate fear. I'd rather people future-proof themselves early on. So that point where they start getting really tired and sluggish comes later on in life. Because you don't want all this bad stuff to be happening to your body, man.
For you, for him, for everyone.
Neo, have you played any RPGs on the Sega Genesis? I haven't because I didn't own a Sega Genesis. I mean, I've played it every time I went to friends' houses, but I was never really into it. And y'all know me, I'm not really a big retro game collector, so I never really played too many Sega Genesis titles.
Well, she loved you the most out of all of us.
5x5 workout is a nice model to base off of. Squats and deadlifts and proper form at appropriate weight will make you feel like Kratos. Yes, 5x5 is a great intro workout. It's so good. You get yourself a nice 5x5, maybe do like full body 3 times a week, and then you just constant progression. That's the best part about training in the beginning, because you could literally just go at a linear path where you start, you do 5x5 on the bench press with like 85 pounds, next week 95 pounds, and you keep moving until you can't hit 5x5 for those weights. And that's when you start getting into periodization and doing other exercises to help build your bench and your squat, and you look at more into the techniques behind it. And just like, for me, I'm a really tall guy, so squatting, it was like squatting and benching were like my hardest lifts. So I really had to focus on my technique and my foot placement, because what's going to work for somebody who's 5'4" on the bench is not going to work for me with my 72-inch wingspan. So it's literally a case of you just learn more every single day. And that's honestly the best part about it. To the shipping guild. I got to go back to the shipping guild. I want to go in this cave first. Trails is insane, man. Trails is insane. That's basically, yep, that's the ultimate commitment. Dude, that game started like this saga on the PSP, and then you had to go in. Oh, damn. Can't go here. And then you had to go in, play the other games with a translation patch, and dude, it's wild. But yeah, Asbel knows what it's about. Compound lifts for the win. Yep, exactly. Yep, compound, dude. That's what I always stress to people when they get into the gym. I tell them, yo, go into the gym, get your squat up, get your deadlift up, get your bench press up. Like, all those classic movements, they're classic for a reason. But everybody wants to go in there and they want to do 50 different variations of a bicep curl. And they just want to do all this other stuff, which is fine if you're trying to sculpt your physique. But I'm telling you, like, the second I switched to straight strength training and getting stronger on those lifts, that's when I started to grow. And you feel like a badass being able to, like, overhead press 225 pounds, squatting 450, deadlifting 600. Like, that's more badass than, yo, just look at my concentration curl. You know, like, that's okay if you're 16 years old and you're trying to impress people. But, nah. Like, nah. But to each their own, though. To each their own. What are you getting Yakuza 7 on? Honestly, I might have to get that Yakuza action on Xbox, bro, because I ain't trying to play another game on PS4 if it being loud as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have every single Yakuza game on PlayStation, so I might get it on the PS4 just for consistency's sake. But that Xbox is just clean, man. I just be telling people, like, every multiplayer going forward, I'm gonna get it on the Xbox. You know, unless next generation there's something drastically different that happens with the games. I gotta go back, man. What am I doing here? Well, here's the thing though. So for me, deadlifts, they do kind of come easy because of my longer limbs. Pull-ups, on the other hand, they were a struggle. It took me legit a good year to get good at pull-ups. Like, to do 10 quality pull-up reps, like no type of kipping, no type of just making sure like I'm retracting my scapula. It took a while, but it's the fun in it, you know, when you have a great time just learning everything. Oh god, to me the gym was like the best addiction in the world, because I felt like I was progressing with every single workout I had, man. Yeah, Xbox is the best multi-platform machine. It really is. If you have a console, PC wise, PC's king. You know that. No, well, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. I mean, before I bought the Xbox, I was shitting on the Xbox. People can go on my channel. I know a lot of you guys subscribe to me because of my Xbox videos. You know that. But if you go back on my other ones, I've made videos saying, you know, the Xbox is great, but it's just irrelevant. You know, like nobody wants it because Microsoft has no identity. And even after owning it for a few months, it's an amazing machine, but I still sort of understand why people don't want to buy it, because the PS4 checks a lot of the boxes for people, you know? So it's not like the Xbox is just this underrated gem that people are sleeping on because they don't know. It's just a case of, well, what is Xbox giving me that PlayStation doesn't? Like, Xbox has a lot of good things, you know? It's got Game Pass. It's they're very pro-consumer with a lot of the things like Microsoft Rewards and all that, but to a lot of people, they're just like, oh, okay, I don't really care about that, you know? So that's how it is. Wide grip pull-ups are your strongest lift. That's dope. I'm getting really good at doing narrow grip pull-ups. Like, I get like such a really, really good squeeze in my back with just like narrow grips. You go like this. Oh, that feels great. Wide grip pull-ups, that's a work in progress for me. I just keep chucking away at the pull-up bar. Brian Alzor has a really good series on how to get great at pull-ups. And he has like different techniques. Like, you know, he's got like, okay, do this type of progression for a month. And then there's one where it's like, just hang a pull-up bar in your house. And every time you walk by it, rep out as many as you can. And do that and see how far you can go. Just like different ways of testing your body. Yeah, exactly, Corey. Exactly. So that's why PS4 is at 100 million right now, you know? It's not that because the PS4 does something inherently better than Xbox as a machine, because as a machine they're both fine. It's just people like the games on PlayStation, and a lot of their friends have PlayStation. And remember, a lot of PS4 gamers, they have access to Japanese support. There's a lot of gamers this generation who never played Persona, but they bought Persona 5. Why? Because it was on PlayStation. I think a lot of people would buy Persona if it was on Xbox, but they just haven't cultivated that fan base. They've really alienated Xbox into becoming the dude bro console, as ironic as that sounds.
This is Dial's tale. Did you?
But it's dope. Like, I love my Xbox. It's great.
In the lake of tar. This is all we could bring back.
Monkey bars, that's true. Yes, I will be doing the Xbox reaction tomorrow. I'll be doing that tomorrow, my friends. 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm weaker now, but I used to bang 75 pounds on a dip belt in addition to my body weight. Nice, bro. That's quality. For me, dips are they're my weakest of the body weight movements. Just because like it feels really weird on my shoulders, and I always thought it was a form thing, like maybe I screwed something up way back when and that's why. But they just feel really weird to do body weight dips at the station. So what I've been doing is I just modified it, and I do just bench dips. You know, I just on the bench, and I have a lot of weight here, and I do it that way. And that works really good for me. It's all about just, I guess, adapting to what your body can handle. You know, I see a lot of people saying, yeah, you got to do this lift. This is the definitive lift. But what if some people don't have like the range of motion for it? You know, fitness is not this like dogmatic, you need to do it this way or else bust. You know, you got to work what works best for you, you know? Like some people cannot do front squats because of their mobility of their joints and just how it feels. And that's acceptable, even though front squats is an amazing tool to build your back squat. Like I remember when I first started doing front squats, I was just front squats humbled the crap out of me because I legit was like, teetering, like, oh, this is not good. But then when you get good at it, oh god, like your back squat just goes. For me, my back squat went up like 50 pounds once I got good at front squats. Like when I was able to front squat 275 for the first time, I was like, yo, I feel so dope. And then my back squat, my 315 went to like 385. It was crazy. Oh no, you good, brother. I love talking to people who work out, because the thing with me is like, there's people I know who work out, but they're juice heads, you know, they're just junkies. They just go there to get a pump and just to, you know, like take pictures of themselves for girls. And I'm like, you love working out to impress people. You don't like working out to better yourself and to chase a goal as far as like in relation to the gym, you know? Like the aesthetics is a great benefit. It is. Oh, don't get it twisted, but I'm gonna do what I have to do to get my numbers up. So like right now during quarantine, I'm a little bit fluffier. You know, I gained 10 pounds because I'm having fun lifting. And that's cool. But to a lot of these dudes, they're like, nah, bro, I can't do that. I can't lose my abs. Gotta have my abs all year round. I'm like, yo, unless you're a model getting paid for this shit, why do you care so much? But that's just me. Everyone's on their own, you know? They do what they do. Do you think we'll get Persona 4 Golden on consoles? Oh, I would love that, Hayden. I really would. I like your name, by the way. Hayden Tan? I have a friend by the name of Austin Tan. He's dope. But yeah, Atlas, it's so funny because they were so surprised that Persona 4 Golden did so good on Steam. It almost makes you think that maybe people were asking for Persona 4 on Steam and on other consoles for what, 10 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the next logical step is to put it on PlayStation and Switch and Xbox. That's what Microsoft needs to do. They need to just get Persona on Xbox. Drink that apple juice. Hey, Tekken Jim, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Yes. Oh, and yeah, getting your mobility right. That's why I do a lot of dynamic stretching beforehand. I spend like 15 minutes just stretching out all of my body, and you feel good when you work out. You know? And you got to live for longevity, too. You can't be just going out there pounding the weights and you feel like shit. You know? Like, damn, bro. Rumor is that at least one Japanese studio will show up tomorrow. I hope it's Lost Odyssey. I really do. I do. Hopefully it's Tales of Arise. Oh. I mean, yeah, it was a year ago, but I want it to be something new. I want it to be like a big surprise, man. Like, wow, Japanese support.
And that's how it's done.
How long you generally work out for? It depends. Normally my workouts tap out around like 90 minutes if I'm doing cardio, like 2 hours. I used to be like a bodybuilding bro, and I went to the gym for 3 hours doing like 3 exercises for this body part, 3 exercises for that. But I've got it down to like 90 minutes, 2 hours, 2 hours max, like max.
Upgrading may give you the edge you need.
Just passed one of my certification tests. Oh, that's awesome, bro. After about the 3rd time, hey, bro, dude, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to that point. So long as you reach that point, that's all that matters, brother. Congratulations. That's what I got to start doing, man. I got to start getting my certifications for stuff under my belt. Because I know a lot about stuff, but I've just never, like, certified myself as, hey, I know this. You get what I'm saying? Let's see. Return to the grounded ship. Yo, NeoGameSpark, do you remember a game called Lost Planet? Yes, I do. Lost Planet, it was like the Western game made by Japanese people. That's what it reminded me of. I remember I played the demo on 360 back in the day. It was a lot of fun. I didn't really fully invest myself in Lost Planet, though. I don't think I've ever even finished the Lost Planet game. So I am now what you call an RBT, Registered Behavior Technician. Oh, congratulations to Tech and Jin. RBT. Let's get it, brother. Let's get it. Every time I start working out, I can only stay motivated for a month or two before I fall off. The gains just don't come quick enough. Well, that's the thing, Anime Rapper. When you're working out, gains are what you put into it. So you've got to you have to examine your workouts, what you're doing. Are you actually training the correct body part with the correct form? Are you eating enough food? Because that's a lot of things. People always say that, oh, you don't get gains because you eat like shit. No, it's not about that. It's literally about you just not eating enough. So you got to make sure that's in check. And, you know, if I'm being honest, if you're doing this naturally, bro, it's years. It's going to take years. Like, the reason why you see all these crazy Instagram transformations is because a lot of these dudes, they'll say it's genetics and they'll say it's hard work. But a lot of these dudes are just pumping back all the steroids, SARMs. Like, I keep saying this, but every time you go on Instagram, if you see somebody that looks too good to be true, it's because it's too good to be true. And that's sad because they don't want to, they want to sell you workout programs and pimp supplements and all that nonsense. But they don't tell you about the real thing that's giving them those gains so quick, and that's injecting themselves multiple times a week. Like, I got no problem with people using steroids. I really don't. A lot of the strongmen that I follow are enhanced. What I have a problem with is all of these fitness junkies in the industry pimping this stuff out, thinking this is how, you know, there's only so many ways you could train a bicep. And all these people say, yo, I have the secret to get bigger biceps and blah, blah, blah. You know, the secret is all the trend that you're on, you know? And D-ball and Anavar, like, that's all it is. But, you know, you can't, fitness as a whole, true fitness is not really that monetizable. It isn't. Because you can tell somebody this is what they do. You can give them the groundwork, and then they go off on their way, and if they stick to it, they're good. So how do all these bodybuilding bros and these women monetize it? I have a secret workout program. My Booty Builder Deluxe Flip Master Super Deluxe Street Fighter Edition. Like, it's all a scam. It is. You just need to make a video about all this. I really do, Marcus. I really do. And shout out to you, Marcus. Welcome to the stream, brother. I really do, man, because it gets me infuriated because it's so easy. And people always act like, no, there's a hidden secret. There's no hidden secret, man. Just go into the gym, put in your work inside, put in your work outside, and you get the gains. But I seriously got to figure out where I got to go. I keep getting distracted by the chat. Yeah, honestly, I'd say around 4 to 6 months is where I started to, like, notice things. Like, oh, this is great. Because I noticed the weight loss at first, and I noticed a little bit of a gains. But once I hit the 6 mark of consistency, it was nice. Do you think The Rock does steroids? I'm just spoil something. Guys, every single Hollywood actor that you see that does this crazy transformation, like, oh, this person went from 130 to 220 in 6 months. It's just, yeah. And The Rock, I get why he can't say it. But this dude, yes, he's got great genetics. But come on, dude. Like, what he looks like at his age, like, Hugh Jackman is more believable. Hugh Jackman's physique, because Hugh Jackman trains year round. And I'm not discrediting The Rock. The Rock puts in a lot of work. He's an inspiration. He's a motivation for people. He is. But, dude, come on. Like, there's a certain threshold. All right. Yeah, that's how it should be, Asbel. You know, it's like you build a life with fitness. So you focus on your fitness and your gains, but you don't deprive yourself from everything else in life, you know? If you want to have a freaking cheeseburger with fries and Chipotle mayo sauce, go ahead and do it, you know? Just make sure what you're doing outweighs all that bad stuff. And that's how I live my life. The only time I ever really stayed clean on my diet was when I got my leanest. I was like, I think 183. I was like 8% body fat. I had some abs for the first time in my life. I was juiced. I was hyped. But I was skinnier. I was lean. I wasn't big. I like being big, you know? Like right now I'm like 212. I like being 212. Max I'd probably go as like 225 before I start getting pudgy. But you just got to live a life, you know? Find a comfortable body weight for you and just go from there. Let's see. It's just consistency. I work out every day mainly because I love it. Yes, exactly, Marcus. Like even like randomly, I'll just get down on the ground. I'll just do like crank out 50 push-ups, you know, and just go from there. Get a like nice little chest pump. My triceps feel pumped. It's good. That's all it is. When I was taking 20, I'm sorry, I can't speak. When I was taking 20 credits for classes at college, so I was at college. I was super moving every time. Been stuck behind the computer ever since I'm in a summer semester. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. We all get caught up with life, and it's understandable why sometimes fitness falls by the wayside, because if they're really busy and they have internships and jobs and they have kids, it happens. Understandable. But like everything else in life, if you really want something bad enough, you're going to go at it. You're going to go at it. Whether it's you waking up an hour earlier or going to bed an hour later, you're going to find a way to fit it into your life. So you might have to make some sacrifices. Maybe that hour a day that you spend just sitting around on your phone, you do some type of intensive workout. Excuse me. So I do believe it's possible, because when I used to go to the gym, it's been 4 months. I miss it. I saw a lot of people who are in their like 40s, 50s, 60s, you know, like people who have kids. They find a way, you know. Sure, their workouts are different than mine because they only have like an hour, but they get it done. Neo, do you take protein? Yeah, I take protein. Like protein powder? Yeah. That's what I drink before every stream. I just have a protein shake. I like having protein shakes because they make it easy to hit my goals. It's not like a secret like way to gain bigger muscles by having a protein shake. No, it's literally just like to hit my protein goals. And some of these protein flavors they have are very good, so it feels like I'm having a dessert. Yeah, cardio, I feel like people should be doing cardio year round. I haven't been doing a lot of cardio because I've just been stuck at home, but I've started to do some walks here. God, can I get back to playing this game? Like, I'm sorry, guys. I love how people are just like, I'm into this game. And this guy's like been in the same area for like 10 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. Let me get out of here. Neo, do you recommend the gym during these times? Like, I always tell people, like, you got to live your life. You can't let this virus scare you from doing stuff, but take all the necessary precautions. Me, myself, and I'm going to wait a little while before I go to the gyms, because that's like just a breeding pool. It's like a cesspool of all the diseases. But eventually I'm going to go back. You know, I'm going to take the necessary steps and the precautions, of course, and just go from there. But I would say if you are going to go to the gym, if gyms are open in your area, sanitize all the equipment. Sanitize everything. Your barbells, your dumbbells, the benches, because people, they sweat a lot there. Go ahead and do all that. What brands of protein shakes would you recommend? If you guys want just like a great all-around good protein, I recommend Ghost Protein. That you've seen probably a lot of fitness YouTubers recommend it, like, you know, Christian Guzman, Max Tuning. It's really good protein. It is, because the thing about whey protein for the longest time, a lot of them really didn't taste that good, and if they were good, they were always really expensive for the tubs. So one thing I really liked about Ghost is because they came out with one that's like a mid-range protein brand, like $40, and it tastes really good ingredients, and it's just easy to find at any GNC. So Ghost Protein is good. I really like, I think Marcus, you asked me this question a few weeks ago. Caged Muscle has a brand of protein that's just so good. It's so good, but I don't know the exact brand name of it. It's like something. But like for me with protein powders, I go for the ones that have like good ingredients, not a lot of crazy fillers. Redcon 1, their MRE brand of protein, is also nice. It's good. And right now, because I'm just, it was on sale, so I bought it. Dyna, I think it's, let me see. I think it's Dynamax. Let me see. Dynamax. That sounds like a Pokemon thing. It's Dymatized protein. You might see their ISO 100 brand. They have, I'm not even kidding, guys. They have Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles protein powder. Sure, it's not going to be like the cleanest ingredients. It's got a little bit of soy in there, you know, but it legit tastes like breakfast cereal milk. And it's good. Oh, hello, Joe. Welcome to the stream. I've been bulking for a few months now. I'm at 82 kilograms, but I hate that I gained weight in my face. Yeah, that's the thing, brother. I mean, bulking, you're going to gain weight. It's inevitable. For some people, they'll gain it in different areas. Like for me, I gain all of my fat in my love handles and in my glutes. So whenever I'm bulking, I always have to have a spare pair of pants that are 2 sizes bigger. So normally year round, I'm like a 34 waist, right? But when I'm bulking, I got to go back up to 36 because I just can't fit those pants comfortably. So that's what sucks for me. Like my stomach usually stays flat for the most part. I don't really gain a lot of face fat. But yeah, it's just you got to accept the fat gains. You don't want to get too crazy, but you got to accept it because then when you shred down, you're going to be bigger than you were the year before. Oh, you added me, RJ? Cool. I don't have a Halo pick. Well, I think it is a Halo pick. It's me with the armor on my head. Yeah. I'm trying to flatten my stomach a bit, but it doesn't look too bad. But I'm doing like 100 sit-ups a day and planks when I'm at the gym. Well, as far as flattening your stomach, I mean, that is more diet, Marcus. But I'll say this. Apple cider vinegar twice a day has really helped flatten my stomach because it gets rid of all of the bloating. And it just feels really good. So apple cider vinegar and intermittent fasting really helped me to abolish belly fat. But again, it does come down to your diet and what you eat. This is crazy how this stream went from us talking about JRPGs to fitness advice. But that's cool, man. I really do need to, because I did have a fitness channel. I just stopped uploading on it. But I think I should definitely get back to it because we have a lot of y'all are asking some really good questions, and I love to see it. This is basically a Q&A with Berseria as a bonus, but I ain't complaining. Hey, that's what's up. We got 73 people just watching and vibing. That's how you know we got good stream quality, man. Yo, apple cider vinegar. I was just here. Where am I supposed to go? Instead, I have to go back to the ship. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm terrible. Guys. I'm terrible. I'm not sure if you've heard, Neo, but Xbox as well as PlayStation said they might not be able to make a console better than the ones coming out for about 9 years. I've heard something about that. I actually might make a whole video on it, Joe, because it was people were assuming like, yeah, we might come out with like PS5 Pros and Xbox Series X squared, but the way it's been sounding, it's kind of like it would be like diminishing returns if they did that. So I'll have to do a little more research into that, and I think I'll do a video. But you could just upload it here. I doubt anyone would complain. That's true, Bryce. But I like having a separate channel so people, they know what it's all about. I will take all responsibility for NeoGameSpark getting lost. Yeah, that's all your fault. That's all your fault, Tekken. You started this the second you came in here. Oh, you get this RBT certification and suddenly you're thinking you hot shit. Oh, Pikachu know everything. Yeah, apple cider vinegar is really good, you guys. I highly recommend it, but here's the thing. If you're buying apple cider vinegar, make sure you get apple cider vinegar with the mother. And if you're taking it, do not drink it straight from the bottle. Mix it with some water, dilute it, put some lemon juice in there, and then drink it. Like, it does so much for you. If you don't do that and you just drink it straight, the acid will erode your teeth, and you will not like that. You will not like that at all. So, yeah, I would say definitely go ahead and I'd say go for the actual apple cider vinegar. Don't do the gummies. You know, I know it's easy to do gummies, but with the apple cider vinegar, it's so easy. You buy it for $5, and then you just go from there. Do it once in the morning, once at night, and you just feel a little better about things. Please do an ab workout. I might do that. What's going on, Dax? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Do you have a Snapchat? I used to have a Snapchat. I just don't use it anymore. I just switched to Instagram stories. I do have an Instagram, though. What's the channel? I got to subscribe. Well, the channel is Chris Sparks. So it's Chris space Sparks. But I only have like 4 videos from like 2 years ago. Whose mother? Exactly. Apple cider vinegar with the mother. But someone said, do you watch Jax Blade? Oh, I'm familiar with Jax Blade. I'm familiar with him. I don't really watch him though, but yeah, he's cool. The reason for that is because we're at the peak of game performance and graphics, and every 4 years the game can improve its graphics as well as console, but we are now at the peak of game consoles. Yeah, and when you look at it, both the PS4 and the Xbox One, they were, I wouldn't say they were 100% anemic, but they were weaker by comparison to what the 360 and PS3 launched at. I'll just brush my teeth after I eat then. Bro, I'm just telling you. And if you can, drink. I know I'm saying all this. I'm pimping out apple cider vinegar, but I'm saying you have to do all these. Take the precautions. If you can drink it with a straw, do that. Because that way it won't cut your teeth. Best RPG to recommend if I really enjoy Pokemon. Oh, I've got a good RPG for you, Jacob. It's called Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. It's on the PS4, the PC, and on the Switch. If you love Pokemon, dude, that game is like, oh, it's everything Pokemon isn't. I'll say that much. And I'm sure a lot of people here, if you've played Cyber Sleuth, you can back it up. But it's just so good. Are you interested in Ghost of Tsushima? Well, yeah, I'm playing it right now, actually. Well, not now, but it's a good game. Very good game. Very beautiful. The combat is great. Return to the grounded ship. So I think I have to go. Oh, I gotta go all the way back there. My dumbass doesn't look at the map. Sorry, guys. Somebody's watching this thinking, yo, I'm gonna get some great Tales of Berseria gameplay content. What the fuck? This nigga is dumb as hell. I apologize. Yeah, I'm not even fighting all these enemies. I've been there before. Do you watch Corey X Kenshin? I've seen a few of his videos. He's actually pretty cool with my boy Tundex. And he's cool. He's cool. It's always nice to see. Like, I mean, y'all know I got love for everybody, but it's great to see a fellow brother thriving on here and being unproblematic and not involved in all this drama, you know? Like, genuine, wholesome black folks succeeding is what I really do love. And Corey, he's a cool dude. Cause you know, as is, it's hard for us black folk to really succeed on social media, man. I mean, people only really like us when we just do funny skits or something along those lines. But if you're like regular, like just look at the shit happening with Twitch, man.
Hey, Velvet.
You know, like people, when they say shit like YouTube and Twitch and all these companies don't prioritize black people, it's because they don't. Like, you look at like the generic run-of-the-mill, no offense to white people, but generic run-of-the-mill white channels are promoting, and it's like, really?
Do demons stay demons when they die?
So what's your biggest hope for the Xbox presentation? I just want really good first-party single-player narrative experiences.
Who cares?
That's what I want.
Corpse is a corpse, whether it's human or demon.
I agree. Over the release of the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, the graphics have only taken minor improvements in quality. We've noticed we have not had big jumps like the 360. Well, I mean, the thing is, as we get into the console generations, the graphics, the return on investment is going to get smaller and smaller. But what we're going to start seeing more of is just the world becoming so much more detailed and vibrant and beautiful by comparison, you know? Like, we're going to see a lot more emphasis on all of the other graphic options that you see on PC games, you know, and the lighting and the shadows and ray tracing and all that. So it's going to make the world feel more alive. Graphics themselves, they'll get better. You know, going from Uncharted 3 to Uncharted 4, that's a big jump. But we're going to start seeing more about the world coming alive. And here we go. We're finally advancing the story, guys. Shout out to y'all.
She's like a man with a
You could say she's like a man with a broken back. Good lord. What about us Latinos? Hey, I mean, like I said, I can only speak for black people and what I've noticed. If there's anyone who's Latino or there any other race that feels marginalized by social media, speak up. Say your piece, because I can only speak for myself, and I don't want to try to lump everybody in saying, you don't do this for everybody else, you know, like, because I feel like we need to have people of all races and ethnicities to speak up about these sort of things. Do you think AI will be where this generation shines? I sure hope so, because I was hearing a lot of people speak highly of the Last of Us AI, and I just hope that that's like universal across the board, because the Ghost of Tsushima AI, I don't know if y'all have been playing it, but it's is not the best. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. There would be times where, like, I would be sneaking around, and somebody, like, I'm in their vicinity, and they can clearly get a feel that I'm in the area. Nope, nothing.
An underhanded foe, no doubt.
I'm Central Time, so what time will the conference start? It will start for you at 9. Wait, Central, you said? Central. So it will start at 11 a.m. for you. Oh yeah, 8K TVs are not. They're not going to be around for a long time.
It was her.
It's going to be a long time.
Understood. I will.
Gaius. Oh, Gaius is. Of course, it would be Gaius for you, Asbel. Gaius is awesome. I love how your name is Asbel Lant, but he's not one of your favorite characters. Hey, this guy's a phony. I want single-player games, but I'm so tired of third-person Uncharted likes. Well, not every game is an Uncharted clone. You know, Spider-Man is not an Uncharted clone. Ghost of Tsushima is not an Uncharted clone. God of War is not an Uncharted clone. Like, they're all third-person, but they're all so different. So, I never got that. Boys, I defended my PhD a couple months ago, and the diploma should be coming next week. No ceremony or party, so can I get a digital hug or a high five? Yo, shout out to Alex. Shout out to you, brother. You doing the thing, man. You doing the thing. That's what's up, man. Keep on climbing, bro. But Gaius is such a good character, Asbel. He really is. I loved him in the first game and the second. Shout out, shout out. I just love seeing everybody shining. So we've got Tekkenjin with the RBT certification. Alex, he's got his diploma, PhD. Dr. Alex. What is it in? What'd you get your PhD in? Spin around. Go back to hello, whatever that means. Really? Yo, God of War was awesome, chat. I loved God of War. That game is my favorite. Every game on the new Xbox One Project X will be updated to make the AI environment more realistic. Wow, really? Because if they can do that, wow. Dad of War. You got, yo, that man, nah, chat. We gonna have to fight, chat. We gonna fight, bro. We gonna fight. Can't be slandering. It's God of War. Do you think they need to make a 7 Deadly Sins movie? Well, here's the thing. I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Like, I've seen the first season, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I just had no desire to continue. Philosophy is the program, but my dissertation falls under the political philosophy and ethics subdisciplines. Awesome. Good shit, brother. Good shit. That's what I like to see, man. Keep on shining. Do you play the Jack series? If so, do you think Naughty Dog will announce a Jack 4? No. Naughty Dog has moved far beyond Jack and Daxter. I don't think the people at Naughty Dog can't even make that game anymore because they're not the same people. I do love the franchise. I love Jack. It's one of my favorites, but it's just, unless they hand it off to a different developer, we're never going to get another one. I would love to see like a separate team of Naughty Dog do Jack and Daxter. They tried to. They did. There was a Jack 4 in development, but it was so like realistic and it looks so different, and they go in different directions, you know?
Are you saying I'm a criminal?
But I would love if they handed it off to another studio to do it. Like they handed off Sly Cooper to Sanzaru, and they gave us Thieves in Time. And I don't know about y'all, but I really liked Thieves in Time. I thought it was great.
A witch. It has to be Magilu, huh?
It looks like the Abbey is onto us.
That is dope. Like I said, Xbox, I know they were going back and they were like updating some things, but tweaking AI and the HDR. I saw the HDR. I think I was watching Austin Evans' video on how they went and they added HDR to, I think, Halo 5.
He said he can navigate.
I was like, yo, what? That's wild, bro.
That could be. But what happens to Magilu?
I suppose
The Xbox One S or the Xbox One X will not have these updates available. Only Xbox Project X. What do you mean by Project X?
Sorry, Magilu.
What do you mean by Project X? Don't you just mean the Series X or what? Because I'm about to say, is there another Xbox console? Partner up with Dial in the Hadlow Hollow. Okay. Oh, AI guided textures. That's what you mean. Okay, got you. I thought they were like fully upgraded. All right. Okay, I see what you're talking about now. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I know I saw what they did for Red Dead Redemption, and that game looks beautiful on the One X. When will Nugget do his face reveal? He is currently unknown to the world. He'll come back next week. You'll be back. He makes an appearance at least once a week. It's crazy because the Xbox is updating the creators' games for them to add ray tracing, AI, and HDR. Some games that support 4K may even support 8K. Dude, it's wild. Why did I go in here again? This is the third time during the stream. I don't look at a map, guys. I am very much so illiterate. Yeah, they're doing a lot like Rare Replay. If you play any of those games on PC, not PC, I wish it was on PC. If you play any of those games on 4K, they look unreal. Like Banjo-Kazooie and Conquer, they look insane on a 4K TV. Why were there no Mass Effect remasters? Apparently there is a Mass Effect remaster in the works, bro. That's what I've been hearing. But they just didn't want to announce it at that EA event, which makes no sense because they had no... Outside of the Star Wars game, there was like nothing good in that. I mean, Skate is amazing, but remember, that Skate game, they just started working on it. So it is going to take some time.
You really go all out, don't you?
What do you mean?
You should play Naruto on stream. They did, I think, wait. Didn't they just announce that Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Strikers game is like free on Steam? I might have heard that somewhere. I'm not sure. But I might play that. I played it at E3. That shit was hot garbage. If anything, I'm gonna see if Storm 4 goes on sale again, I'll buy it and I'll stream that.
All right, one last good sharpening, and I'll call this blade done.
Oh boy! Oh wow! It's almost 1 a.m., guys. Oof! I definitely went over the 2 hours. I definitely did, but I think I'm gonna play until I get to. I'm gonna get to the next save point, and then I'm gonna call it. A night for the stream.
I don't care if it's me who does it, as long as you're keeping them well maintained.
Because we went for 3 hours, man. It's wild. I mean, I'm used to it, but it's like, damn, I didn't expect to. I haven't played a Naruto game since Storm 2. Damn, that was a full 10 years ago, bro. The Storm games have been aight. You know, Storm 3 was cool. I heard Storm 4 is great. What is that blue thing over there? The reason why the AI players in game will act better is because the CPU is always focused on the player first and AI second. Then they'll act more natural because they're priority. That is dope. I can't wait to see that. Oh, you said the Storm 4 story is ass? Oh, great. Thank you for telling me that. I liked the Storm 3 story. I thought it was... I mean, it had its issues. But I thought it was pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this last thing here, and then I'm gonna save again. So y'all getting some extra time depending on how long this takes. The last one I was really into was Ultimate Ninja 5. Yo, Ultimate Ninja 5 was the truth, bro. It sucks that we never got it over here. I know Europe got it for whatever reason, but they were like, no, PS2 is officially dead.
Things didn't work out. We'll lend a hand.
Ultimate Ninja 5. So good, bro.
I'm a demon. Comes with the territory.
The in-village traversal of Storm 1 was on point. It was Asbel, but to be honest, it's like... It was just an example of it's an open world game for the sake of being an open world game. It didn't really add anything to the experience. That's how I kind of feel about a lot of the anime games. Like, I appreciate the fact that they're open world, but it's literally just... We're going to separate the time in between these big events by having you run everywhere.
You call that a plan?
No, I call it a feint.
Lost Soul Aside is going to be a PS5 game at this point. You played a demo, right? Yes, I did soon. I played it at PSX 2017. And it was very fun. Very, very fun. I was surprised it was made by, like, I don't know if that demo was made by one person, but I know the original concept was made by one person. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a PS5 game. That goes without saying. Might be cross-gen, though.
Nothing so comfy as a bed of tar.
Dude, I saw my boy playing Last of Us. I saw the AI in that game, how I think there was one character who I forget who he was playing as. I think it was Ellie. But I remember Ellie jumped in the water and then the enemies were like, "Yo, what's that sound?" And they were all on high alert like, "Yo, what's going on? Go look around." Like, dude, you always look at those type of games where it's like, "Oh, just jump in the water, they won't see you, blah blah blah." Like, I've heard some crazy things about The Last of Us AI. I can't wait to play it.
Arthur told me to come meet him at the Shrine of Tranquility.
Also, Xbox will be updating games on your console for the developers whenever improvements can be made. So Xbox take control of game updates for devs. Interesting. So, is it going to be like... How's that work? Do they have like a separate team who are doing the updates for the devs themselves? Or it's just going to be all like software based? You know, like... If you play a backwards compatible game on Xbox, by default, it's going to upgrade it to such and such.
I'm fine. It was just a dream. If you don't want to go with me, I understand.
That wouldn't do. How can I repay you if you die?
You are an odd one.
Poor people own Xbox, so I thought back in the days. Well, to be fair, Xbox was... the more affordable option by comparison to the PS3. The PS3 was $600.
My target.
Xbox was like, I think, $400, $350. Oh, the story, yeah, the story in Tales games is good. I mean, it's not like gonna win any awards, but it's great for a JRPG, and that's all I can really ask for because, man, I grew up playing a lot of JRPG games where the story is just booty cheeks. I mean, not everything can be a Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, those games are like peak for me. God, especially Chrono Trigger. My God, that story was so badass. And it was ballsy, too. They did a lot of things there that's like, yo, this is a Super Nintendo game, fam. Hell yeah. All right. Back at the save point, y'all. Okay, guys. So... no, don't delete save data. I was about to say, all these streams were for naught. But yeah, it's about time we call it a night. Oh no copyright. It's about time we call it a night, y'all. It's about time we call it a night. We were streaming for like what, 3 hours and change? That's some quality. That's some quality streaming action, y'all. Thank you so much to everybody who's come through to the stream. Y'all, as always, you already know this. You know this. Y'all are the freaking best. I appreciate every single one of y'all for taking time out of your day to just shoot the shit, man. Chop it up. Have fun. We had a lot of consistent viewers here, which is amazing. That's what I love, streaming all these separate games, and we find the audience for people. Whether it's just dudes who are checking it out for the first time, or they're like, I like coming to these streams. It's fun. We can banter. Great sense of camaraderie. So, yeah, for any of y'all who are going to be up tomorrow for the Xbox Live event, I'm going to be streaming here on the channel at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. we're gonna be streaming the show, and we're gonna be doing like a little post show reaction. And then later down the road, I'll do like a proper standalone video. But yeah, guys, y'all just have yourself a great evening, a great morning, a great afternoon. It was a lot of fun as always. I sound like a broken record. But from Media for now, my name is NGS signing out. Like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace.